Froggy, I guess it's just you and me, my friend. Nobody else is in the room, just you. Oh, here comes Fester.
There's Festy.
2 days in a row, you're just strolling in, as just disrupting everything as we're starting the show. So thank you so much.
Keeping tally.
You're welcome.
And thanks for your no prep last night.
Oh.
What if I decide to do no prep?
Who
What
cares?
happens?
Oh,
What happens?
This is not a good way
Yeah.
to start a
Yeah,
Friday.
seriously.
I didn't think so. And Roxanne's not here. I just checked my texts.
Where's she at?
Roxanne, I guess, left the house and realized she had like 12 miles or something left on her range.
Oh, no.
So, I got to ask the question. If you know you have to drive from West Chase to St. Petersburg, how do you leave your car with like 12 miles or 20, whatever it was?
Yeah, I know.
How do you leave that to take care of at like 5 o'clock in the morning on a
Right.
Friday morning?
Yes.
It's not safe for a lovely lady like Roxanne to be getting gas this early,
I think it's pretty safe.
as they say.
Well, listen, I don't think it's inherently massively dangerous. I think it depends on, where you're stopping to get your gas at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I just don't know.
I'm a big night before get gas guy.
Well, night before, day before. I mean, the fact is that we have the technology.
All right.
Your car will tell you, the little light will come on, you'll get the warning, you get the ding dong, you get the little exclamation point in the triangle. However your car tells you that you need gas. Now, she has an X5. We have an X5, so that thing makes a gong noise. It goes bong, and it lights up your dash. You get the triangle with the exclamation point in it.
Little midget pops out of the glove box. Oh, time to fill up.
Oh, that's true. No,
Every BMW comes with a midget.
But I don't know if she got that option.
Oh, didn't get
Yeah.
a midget? I
That
did not.
is what the M stands for.
No, she doesn't have an M version. Oh, you mean in BMW?
BMW. BMW. I
So
know.
what? Bayerish midget works? Is that
Yes.
what you're saying?
Yes.
And
All
not Moderverken? Is that what you're No, but my car makes all kinds of noise. You get indicators. Well, hey, cars these days, they have a range on the dashboard. It'll tell you, how many miles to empty is what I'm saying.
Roxanne's not a habitual low gas level person. She doesn't come in every week. I got
No.
30 miles. So listen, let her go. It's all right.
also, has she said on the program prior that she didn't deal with the gas, that was Dig Dug, her fiance's deal?
Yeah, but isn't he out of town?
I don't know.
Well, is
If I was to take a guess, I'd say probably.
is he wiping up Derek Jeter's mess again?
Oh,
I don't
stop.
I don't know. It's possible. I don't know.
And Doug.
I don't know, but I think Roxanne has said on the program that Dig Dug, her fiance, that he put the
Yeah.
gas in the vehicles.
I remember her saying that. Yeah, that's his job, and I
Yeah.
guess he failed this time.
He's a big fan. Now, as far as like wives and gas, my wife, she puts gas in a vehicle. She's never had a problem with that.
Yeah, me too.
The only thing with my wife is I try to keep her away from the rip-off gas stations. Like in South Tampa, where we are, at Kennedy and West Shore area, you've got the triangle of rip-off gas stations. So you got to be really careful because you've got 3 gas stations, and literally it's a triangle. And you got to be careful. You've got the Chevron on the corner of Kennedy and West Shore. There's a Chevron right there, and their prices are too damn high. Yeah, so avoid that Chevron station. All right. Then you've got the Shell station up at Cypress and West Shore. And I think they got the thing going where, we're the closest to the airport for all the rental car returns. So their prices are just too damn high. Like the Royal Fuchs car lot where the prices are too damn high. And then you've got the BP station. And that's the one right in front of like Maggiano's and that Mexican joint and the Firestone dealership at West Shore Plaza at the mall. So that's the triangle of gas stations whose prices are too damned high. And listen, that's an area that I know. And of course, there are going to be places around the Tampa Bay area where that, that gas station is too, for instance, I had recognized, this is a funny story. I had recognized long time ago, for instance, that Chevron on the corner of Kennedy and West Shore, that their gas prices were just too damn high. Every grade, too damn high. And I mean, if you just drive a little bit, you'll save 30 cents a gallon. I mean, it's that sort of thing. And so sometimes maybe a little less, maybe sometimes more. But years ago, Michelle had a good friend named Liz, and they got into a conversation, and it turned out that Liz told my wife Michelle that her husband at the time had said, "Yeah, where'd you fill up the car?" And she said, "At the Chevron on the corner of Kennedy and West Shore." And he said, "Why are you filling up there? Only schmucks fill up at that gas station."
That's the truth. He's right.
So and that goes back probably 12 plus years, maybe 15 years. And I'm sure that gas station has changed hands, but that station has always been known to have gas prices that are just too damned high. So, anything else to add to the opening? Anything else to add to the opening of the program here, ladies and gentlemen?
You've really covered gas prices within a 1 mile geographic circle from your residence.
Well, it's more like a half a mile.
Okay.
No. Half mile of the gas stations are like a half mile within each other.
All right,
no, it's further of a radius to my place.
Right.
But the gas stations are like a half mile apart on the triangle. So, Roxanne is joining us. Look what you've started this morning.
More gas talk.
You caused a whole show to begin with gas talk.
I know. I couldn't get out of the car. It's so funny. I was LOLing.
You were LOLing.
It was funny.
I'm glad you were LOLing. What do you think? I'm funny? What do you think? I'm like a clown? What do you think? I'm your little personal clown over here?
I was very
I'm here to amuse you. Exactly. All right. All right, so listen, I got a little chat I got to have with you about your little gas issue, okay? All right, so why don't we do so in just a minute? All right, folks, we're just getting rolling. It's a busy, busy Friday program. Yeah, why is the studio so damn hot?
The temperature's as high as the gas prices.
Hey, listen, it is like 55 degrees outside.
It's so hot.
It is 40s in some places, and our studio is like burning like hell in here. What is going on? All right, hang on. Just getting rolling. Back in a minute. 5, my God, the door is propped open in the studio. How the hell is it like 55 degrees outside and the studio is raging like the bowels of hell? Hey, Andrew, do you have any insight? Andrew, our producer here on the MJ Morning Show. And did you see that they put like those little boxes over the thermostats now outside in the hallway?
Yeah.
So I guess that's new because somebody, I guess, was messing with the units. And it wasn't us. I think it was the dude down at the country station. And it was so hot in their studio as well that he started messing with the units and then caused one to freeze up. Well, if they would get the airflow in this studio right, my God. You know what? I'm breaking the lease in this place right now. All right, attention, Koger Business Park, Bay Point, whatever the hell this place is. I'm breaking the lease. We're walking out. All right?
Is that how you break a lease?
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, I don't know if
Hang on a minute. I got the lease right here. I'm shredding it.
Oh, no.
I'm tearing up the lease. I just happen to have a copy of the trash can right now. That's it.
Okay, it's over.
Yeah,
we feel better
I
now.
don't know
Give
that
me a lighter. I want to light it on fire, too.
Great. That'll only make it warmer in here.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You know, I just don't know how they can't fix the air conditioning, and how is it like my house is very pleasant right now.
Mine too.
I mean, it's
This is. I want to go back to where it's pleasant.
my God, I need one of those Egyptian fanners to stand next to me like I'm a pharaoh or something.
Ooh, I can do that.
You know?
Yeah, we could arrange that. Hold on.
And then Fester can feed you grapes, too.
I need to be fanned. Yeah, come on over here and grab those Q105 lawn signs.
Here,
And-
Mr. Schnitt. Here, Mr. Schnitt.
Fan me. I thank you. You got to come over here so they can see you on MJTV.
Mr. Schnitt, I go wherever you like.
Thank you. Thank you.
How does it feel,
Hey,
Mr.
Andrew,
Schnitt?
do you have this on MJTV? Is this...
How does it feel, Mr.
You know,
Schnitt?
that feels good. Can you flap like that for another 4 hours?
I do as long as you need, sir. Are you the boss?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You the boss.
That does actually feel very nice.
I'm glad you like.
I like it, too, because I'm getting a wave over here.
Yeah, you're getting a little wind action as
If
well.
you want to lift up your shirt a little bit, I can get your bare skin.
No, that's all right. That's quite fine. No, but I don't understand it. I mean, they cannot fix the air conditioning in our studios. And I believe that's part of the leasing contract here is they take care of that stuff. And, you know what? I'm going to go on strike. I've only got a couple of months left on my contract anyway.
Are you cooling down yet, Mr. Schnitt?
All right. You know,
cool?
it actually feels real.
It does.
But he's blowing my papers all over the place.
Ow, my arms hurt.
Yeah,
Get
listen.
this.
And you know what sucks? That felt really good. And now that he stops, it's going to feel twice as hot.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry, Mr. Schneed.
Now that he's stopped, it's not going to feel good at all. All right. So Tom Brady, we got to deal with Tom. What is he thinking? So Tom Brady has had to apologize for something. First, though, Roxanne, can I deal with your gasoline issue?
Yeah.
Why did you leave yourself with like 20 miles or 12 miles of range in your vehicle? Why would you do that, knowing that you have to drive from West Chase all the way down, the Veterans, and then to 275, go over the long Howard Franklin Bridge? Why would you pull your car into the driveway on a Thursday, knowing that you got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you got to leave to come to the studio? Why would you leave your vehicle with no gasoline range and a very low tank?
Because I just have my patterns. And so my gas days are like usually Sunday and Wednesday. And that gets me through. And I don't even have to think about it. So basically.
So what happened? Were you just let your
No,
motor
that's
run
what-
in the driveway? Or did you drive from here to Lake City or to like
That's what I'm trying
Jacksonville
to-
or something?
Yes. I was doing the math in my head. Like, did I
Yeah.
drive further than I normally do? Maybe it's the cold weather. Maybe cold weather uses up more of your gasoline.
I don't
No?
think you're going to invent any gas.
No, in fact, probably hotter weather uses more gas because of efficiency issues and the fact that you probably run your air conditioning in your vehicle with
Okay,
hotter
you're
weather.
right.
So I think it might be the opposite.
I'm baffled.
So-
I just got in and I was like, oh, I don't want to push it. I don't want to run out of the Howard Franklin.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Did you sleep drive somewhere? Did you drive like far and used up a lot of gas in your tank and you didn't realize it?
I bet I did. I bet that's exactly what happened. I sleep drove again.
Now, do you fill up your car, or did you once tell us that that's up to Dig Dug to fill up your car?
I'm not a big fan of filling up my car just because usually I have the kids in the car. So I don't like to stop and get gas with my kids in the car. So then I'll.
Are you afraid like that you're going to get carjacked and you're going to be strapped in the car seat and like some maniac's going to go on like a 110-mile car chase with the cops?
Pretty much.
So
Pretty much.
is that the deal?
So I avoid that. I avoid getting gas. Yeah.
All right.
So, but I did this morning. It's a big girl.
Did you fill it up or did
No,
you?
I just did a splash and go.
Oh, you did a splash and go.
Couple squirts.
Just enough to get you.
I saw somebody in the parking lot who I thought maybe was a serial killer.
That's what I do.
Oh, really?
I go, oh my God, this guy's going to kill me.
Or
I gotta
was
go.
was it just someone trying out their Jeffrey Dahmer Halloween costume?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
How about a brewski?
I was
Why? Let me ask you a question. Let's deal with this early, and I'm sure this is going to come up again later on during the show. But why would Tom Brady? Why would he even go to an area of comparing the NFL to military service? Why would he do that? You're making. He's making. How much does he make with the Bucks? What is his salary? I mean, you're making tens and tens of millions of dollars, and Kevin Durant. So this was the Sirius XM podcast. Whenever the hell they do this, so Kevin Durant was a guest on the podcast with Tom Brady and Jim Gray and Larry Fitzgerald. And Andrew, you finally found the audio?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the audio of Tom Brady, and he talks about deployment and the NFL, and I don't know why he would even make this comparison. All right, listen.
I almost look at like a football season like you're going away on deployment in
Yeah,
the military.
yeah.
And it's like, man, here I go again. And there's only one way to do it. And I think, Jim, we've talked from time to time just about how do you enjoy the certain moments of it, you know? And the reality is you can really only be authentic to yourself, right?
Mhm.
Whatever you may say, oh man, I want to, make sure I spend a little more time doing this, during the season.
Yeah.
The reality is,
All right, so that's just an excerpt here.
Yeah.
So the beginning part is what's important. So why would you compare an NFL job where you are making more money sometimes in a month than people will make in their life?
A day. You mean a day, right? That guy makes $100 million a year.
So all he said was the word deployment one time, and everybody's getting worked up over that.
Well, he
Right.
compared it to
Oh,
war.
here, listen
Well,
again.
no,
I almost look at like a football season like you're going away on deployment in the military.
Like you're going away on deployment in the military.
Okay, can we be obvious about something? First of all, you're asking a room full of people who say stupid things every day why someone said a stupid thing.
Speak for yourself.
What are you talking about?
You are.
Hey, speak for yourself, Roxanne.
No, but I
Don't
think
lump me into a category of saying stupid things every
Yeah,
I
MJ's
think
his
he
own
made-
category of saying stupid things.
I think he made a really poor choice for a metaphor. He was trying to be metaphorical and colorful in his speech and, give the feeling of what that is comparable to, and he picked a bad example.
Yeah, not a good example when you're making a fortune, you've got the glamorous life, and then you're trying to compare it to someone that's getting shot at. Or how about our soldiers that got blown up outside of the airport gate in Afghanistan with the pullout? Yeah, Andrew.
Football has always been compared to military. It's essentially
right.
two armies trying to take land from the
Whoa,
other
whoa,
side.
hold on.
Yes.
Where? Who's compared? I have never compared the NFL.
You may not
you
have,
listened to a
but
game?
forever, the game itself.
This is the military on Fox.
Everybody get down! Grenade!
Yeah, okay.
Touchdown.
I don't think it's really grenade these days. I think it's more like
They
IED,
don't throw grenades.
Drone strike.
drone strikes,
Yeah.
IEDs.
I was going old school. So.
that kind of thing.
Where do you think the term blitz comes from?
Okay, like blitzkrieg.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Blitzkrieg Bop.
I'm just saying that ruffled a lot of feathers. That here you got this pampered NFL dude that's making a fortune.
Okay.
So Fester, what?
Or you get.
Oh, he threw a bomb down the field.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't hear that much. I
Okay.
don't hear them saying he threw a bomb down the field that much.
It's been used in the NFL for decades.
But you don't hear it much anymore. I mean, you hear Hail Mary, whatever. Yes, Fester.
No,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now let us introduce disgruntled Fester, who you are becoming more disgruntled by the hour.
Listen, you and I are both becoming disgruntled in our program. We are.
All right,
No, you are.
special English broadcast here. Are you
It's-
okay?
I mean, I don't want to call us old men, but we are.
You're
am-
the grumpy one, though.
Yeah,
no, I am not grumpy. You are. Listen,
We take turns.
no, we don't.
You stay grumpy the entire show.
You were
Fester.
grumpy about Roxanne's gas situation for the last 12 minutes.
I'm not grumpy.
You
I'm
were
talking
all-
about.
you were
But you were grumpy about him being grumpy, and you were over grumpying him.
Fester.
Can I just say that I'm the least moody person in this room?
Oh, my-
and
What?
I'm
You?
a woman.
Oh my God, that's true.
Froggy, Froggy.
Yes,
Am
sir.
I right or wrong?
You're correct.
That-
Fester, you know I love you.
Fester has become.
I've told him that to his face.
All right, I'm the same guy. I am not grumpy. Now, I might get grumpy about a couple of things occasionally, but Fester, you're just a perpetual naysaying, funja-faced grump fest.
He drops about 25 funja faces a day.
Every day. You're grumpy about everything.
Good. Somebody needs to be grumpy around here. Look,
You're dressed so happily, like
Or-
Magnum PI, and you're
Tom says one word, and a bunch of people get really bent out of shape for something that, the guy's, he's not insulting the military. He said he compares it to a deployment where he leaves his family to work with a team to accomplish a goal in battle.
Hyperbole.
He said battle.
and they wear helmets just like
Listen.
the Army guys.
I'm sure our troops are not there on the front line. Damn that Tom Brady.
You don't know.
He's
right.
belittling. It's a bunch. Listen,
Ladies and gentlemen,
wanna talk about military
why
wokeness?
don't you
Are you trying to
contact?
mic
Maybe
them?
maybe you can become Tom Brady's personal assistant now.
I think a bunch of people are getting bent out of
Watch
shape
your
over
po-
nothing.
well-
So then Tom has to issue an apology.
He
which
did.
which he has to.
And I have the apology. How are you on mic and it sounds like you're off mic? I don't understand
I
that.
don't know.
All right, so
It has a grumpy filter.
so here's Tom Brady's apology. So Tom Brady, who said this earlier on his little podcast,
I almost look at like a football season like you're going away on deployment in the military.
Yeah.
And it's like,
is that Kevin Durant just going, yeah. All right, so
Yeah.
Hi, man.
Tom Brady has apologized and he said, quote, earlier this week, I made a statement about playing football and the military. I was, we have the audio of that as well?
These guys need to stop doing podcasts.
Oh, yeah, it's not on my sheet. We just, hold on a minute. We now have the apology. So Andrew, by the way, you can say that stuff on the air. You don't have to just say that crap in my ear. You
People
can.
need to hear that.
No, they do. You can say that. I've got the audio. I just put it on the screen. You don't have to say it in my ear.
And you did great, buddy.
Plus the fact I can't tell when you're saying stuff in my ear and when it's on the air. It sounds exactly the same.
Sometimes it's the voices in your head.
All right. Thank you.
Good one.
Look how funny he is. He should be on the air more.
The
often.
voices in my head.
All
What,
right.
what song is that? Calling Gloria. Da-da-da. That's the voice,
Now I
right?
got it, yeah.
All right, here we go. So this now, Andrew has just dug up the apology, so I don't have to read the transcript. Listen.
Before we start, can I say one thing? Yes, absolutely. Earlier this week, I made a statement about playing football and the military, and it was a very poor choice of words. And I just want to express that to any sentiments out there that people may have taken it in a certain way. So I apologize.
There you go. There's the apology now from TB12. He's having a rough time. I mean, the Giselle stuff, the season's not going very well for the Buccaneers. He got a flat tire on Dale Mabry earlier this week.
Yeah.
Just take a tub bath in all that cash you have. You'll feel better.
Yeah.
Listen, it's just it's a tough time for Tom, man. I'm rooting for the guy.
He should have retired when he won that Super Bowl, remember?
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
should
I
have
remember.
left and been like, all right, that's it. Why do guys consistently insist on staying?
When we get back, ladies and gentlemen, we'll dive into the morons in the news. And this is my favorite part of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Now, I don't want you to... Let's go. Time for the early edition of Morons in the News. All right, who's ready?
I'm ready.
After
now-
that musical intro, I
Yeah.
don't see who isn't ready.
Right.
Yeah, thank you. All right, very much so. All right, now, how do you kill your brother over an oven?
Over an oven?
Yeah. How do you kill? It's a very simple question. I don't, you want me to translate into another
You
language for
bend
you?
him over the oven and you turn it on full blast, right? You turn the burners all the way up and bend
No,
him
I didn't.
over
I
the
didn't. I didn't
oven.
say. No, I didn't
Yes,
say.
that's
How do
exactly
you?
what you
no,
said.
I said, how do you kill your brother over an oven?
Yes.
I didn't say how do you kill your brother with an oven.
Okay,
it's
so
quite different.
that was the delineation I was looking for. However,
How do you kill your brother over an oven, insinuating that the oven was the cause of some type of a kerfuffle and argument that precipitated the murder of your brother over an oven? I didn't say you put your kid in the oven.
no, you didn't say that.
I
However,
didn't say that you turned the gas on and stuck the head inside. I
you
didn't say
did say over
Yeah.
an oven, and
Oh.
Roxanne, who, using the correct definition of the word over, said if you turn the burners on, he would be on top, hence over an oven.
Same thing if you said, how would you boil a potato over an oven? Well, you'd put it in the pot, put it on
But
the
that's
burner, and
different.
turn it up.
You're
No, it's
talking
not.
ab-
You're talking about killing someone.
you're talking about cooking a potato, though.
I'm not looking to get into the definition of the word over. However, let's just agree that you're both somewhat correct.
No. All right, here's the deal. A Kansas City man has been charged in the fatal stabbing of his brother last week after an argument began over the use of the oven.
That's a big deal, man.
I don't know what one wanted to heat up his Hungry Man TV dinner or whatever the hell.
I mean, usually there are 4 burners.
Pizza rolls, maybe?
no, that's a stove.
That's a stovetop.
All right,
That's a range.
that's a stove. The burners are a stove. The oven is the door that you open.
And have you ever tried to cook right next to somebody at a residential oven stove range on 2 different? It's impossible.
Roxanne, you're not very domestic, are you?
She goes to the dinner at restaurants.
Yeah, all this isn't that domestic.
That's right. So how many nights this week? This is Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. How many nights did you cook at the house?
I cooked 3 times.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
nice.
you did not.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. What? And which microwave setting did you use?
I know. I
Would you
cooked
put the
3
little
times.
dinosaur nuggets in the microwave for the
No,
kids?
I made 3 sun baskets this week.
You made what?
3 sun baskets.
What the hell's a sun
They
basket?
come to your house and you put them together with the kids and
so
stuff.
the
Yeah.
a meal kit.
Yeah, a meal kit.
What is sun basket? I never heard of that one.
Does that count as cooking?
It absolutely does.
Okay.
That's why you pay
That's
for
like-
it, so you can cook it yourself.
Like
You just don't
Blue
wanna-
Apron and those things. So sun basket.
That's why you pay for it so you can cook it yourself.
What was in your sun basket?
Last night it was chicken and kale and zucchini. And then the night before,
And your 2.5-year-old is eating kale and zucchini?
she won't eat kale, but she'll eat the zucchini.
Okay.
And then the night before, we went to sushi. So I did eat out on Wednesday.
Right.
And then Tuesday was some kind of like fish stew.
Some kind of fish
Yeah.
stew in
Pollock or something. Yeah.
in your sun
In
basket.
my sun basket. Yeah.
Pollock?
When they run out of crap, let's just send her the fish stew.
I'm glad they gave you a high quality fish. All right. So let's get back to the oven over here. So prosecutors in Kansas City are saying that Aaron K. Wynn, 38, was charged with second-degree murder and armed criminal action. Kansas City police were called to their home on a reported cutting, some kind of a cutting, not a stabbing, but a cutting. Officers found the victim, Carl Wynn, the brother of Aaron Wynn, on the front porch. He had a sword through his chest. It was a sword. I mean, what is this, freaking Game of Thrones? What is this, House of the Dragon? The guy had a sword through his chest. I don't know. Is it one of those, ceremonial swords? The ones that, like, people hang, like, on their wall?
I had a roommate who wanted to hang up, like, one of those Japanese swords over, like, the TV. I'm like, no.
Samurai sword?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, look how cool this is. I picked it up at the Wagon Wheel Flea Market, and he wanted to hang out. I was like, no, we're not going to do that.
My friend, I had a friend in high school, and she had a lot of money, and her parents had a row of knights. Like, the knights in shining armor? That sound like this.
Hold on. You mean you're talking about, like, suits of armor?
Yeah, suits of armor.
All right.
And
the actual knights were not still in the suits. They weren't that rich.
They had a little bit.
They had metal suits of armor,
Yeah,
like
like a
body
whole row.
body sized.
A whole bunch of them. And they all had swords like this.
in the hallway of their house?
Yeah, it was awesome. And we got
So you'd walk in the front door in the hallway, they've got
Knights.
knights in
Yeah.
suits of armor.
Yeah, it's something that her dad collected. It was weird. But we
Was
got
he
a
a
little
knight?
we got a little drunk. No, I'll tell you what he did later.
What did he do?
I'll tell you
No,
later.
no, I want to know now.
And
No.
the point of the story
you
is
didn't mention a name.
No. I can't. I really can't say what he does.
Well, hold on, you don't have to give out the name of the place or something. But what type of work, dude?
I can't say.
Why not?
Talking about Mr. C?
No, what?
Okay.
Why not? Why can't you say what the father
Can
did?
I finish the story?
Go ahead.
So we got drunk one night, and we started playing with the swords.
You climbed inside the suit of armor?
No, but I did stab my friend Apollo in the stomach. Michael, in the stomach. And he started bleeding. And it turns out I stabbed him like an inch deep into his stomach with a sword.
What is wrong? How old
And
were
he was
you?
bleeding through. It's like 21.
You talking about
What, you were 21?
And he was bleeding through his shirt. I was like, I think I killed you with a sword.
My God.
You talking about Mr. T?
Mr. T?
Anyway, I don't know why you won't tell us on the air what the guy.
No.
He's talking about Tampa's Mr. T.
No.
I have no idea what he's talking
I
about.
don't know what you're talking about
All right,
either.
So the cops show up, and there's a sword through his brother's chest.
Oh.
And according to the police, Aaron initially told the detectives that his brother had committed suicide. He then told investigators that he had an argument earlier in the day with his brother over the oven being turned off while he was trying to cook a pizza. Aaron allegedly told detectives that he was unhappy with the victim's lack of ownership of what he classified as an evil wrongdoing regarding the oven, and I guess took a sword and just stabbed the guy.
Oh.
And then apparently investigators said that Aaron Wynn showed officers a Facebook video in which he threatened to kill his brother Aaron. What the hell?
All right, there's something else going on around there.
Something nutty, man.
This is not a win-win situation.
It is not.
They're both named Win.
And
Nice.
and Steve Wynn has nothing to do with the situation either.
Allegedly.
You know who Cole Williams is of Littlestown? I didn't even know you could do this, but this is another Pennsylvania story. There's a nutty streak of Pennsylvania stories lately.
All right, let's get this straight about Pennsylvania. There's
Yeah.
Philadelphia on one side, Pittsburgh on the other,
Yeah.
and a bunch of trash in the middle. I mean, it's mountains. It's pretty, but it's
Fixture, how could you?
Yeah.
You got a lot of weirdness in Pennsylvania, but listen to this. A guy has to shell out a whole bunch of fines because state game wardens seized a kangaroo that he illegally apparently imported. How do you import a kangaroo?
you gotta know a guy.
Like what? Crocodile Dundee, or who do you have to know?
That's a
Crikey.
Crikey! That's crikey! All right, so this guy imports a kangaroo.
I think
And-
you'd get him on the deep web, right?
The dark web.
Yeah.
So wardens, the game wardens, they seized the kangaroo last month following a tip that he was trying to sell a 6-month-old kangaroo on Facebook. Man, that Facebook marketplace, they have everything.
Oh, it'd be so fun to have a little baby kangaroo. Don't you think?
Cole M. Williams, 19 years old, has pleaded guilty to 3 summary counts of unlawful importation of wildlife. I just want to know, how do you get a kangaroo sent to you?
I don't know, but I want one right
'Cause
now.
It has to be flown in, obviously, and doesn't an animal coming in, doesn't that get picked up by customs? And
Yeah.
wouldn't it have to be quarantined? And wouldn't they say, you can't bring a kangaroo in here?
All right, unless there's like a kangaroo farm somewhere deep in the sticks that they just haven't gotten to yet.
A whole farm of kangaroos?
Listen, guess what? This guy in Pennsylvania is going to have to go through the whole criminal justice system, and that includes going to a
Zoo?
kangaroo court.
Oh, yeah. I gotcha.
All right, that sucks.
There's a quack quack if I ever heard something.
I should be hit for that. Somebody should absolutely hit me for
Joke
that.
of the day.
Kangaroos are mean. They're so mean.
Hey.
They will punch you. They will kick you. They will use their tail as their leg. And
When
prop
I was on
themselves
my
up.
honeymoon, I was on my honeymoon in Australia with Michelle, and I had a kangaroo that swatted at me. They use those little paw things, and I had one go. I had one. I think it's on video also. I think Michelle has the kangaroo swatting me on video.
All right, hold on. I
Yes.
typed into Google
Yes.
3 words.
Right.
Buy a kangaroo.
Right.
And a site in Texas showed up where I can buy a red kangaroo for sale.
Whoa.
Well, maybe they've imported them properly, or maybe they're raised here, so there's no importation. I just don't know the rules on having a kangaroo. All right, hold on to that thought, because when we get back, we're going to give away a kangaroo. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
When we get
Put
back,
tickets in his pouch.
hey, I've got a funeral home mishap we got to talk about. Got a funeral home mishap, and what is the worst possible thing if you're running for office and the midterm elections are coming up in a couple of weeks? What is the worst possible thing that you can be caught doing if you're running for office?
Oh, we're going to talk about Herschel Walker's campaign.
Well, no.
Okay.
No, but I got something really, really bad. Oh, my God.
Herschel Walker?
All right, you don't even know he's running?
It's a deal. I'll tell you.
He
here in a
ran. I knew he ran for a living back in the day, right?
No, Froggy has no clue that he's running for Senate in
He's
Georgia.
in go.
He's running for Senate in Georgia.
I knew that.
Yeah, sure you did. All right, hang on a minute. We're back in a second on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. First, though, I want to... the morons here. Before I forget, what happened yesterday morning a little earlier than this? I don't know, 20 minutes earlier. What happened yesterday morning around 6:40-ish or so? It's now 7:03. Anyone remember what happened?
Fester said something really funny.
I mean, really funny.
No.
I mean, people are
Guys,
laughing.
it was the master key set that I spotted in the lobby.
Let's not talk about that.
That's right.
Well, something happened later in the day. So if you didn't hear this yesterday, folks, very irresponsibly, somebody left a whole master set of keys. I think it might have been like the janitorial staff or whatever. But, there are multiple buildings in this office complex in St. Petersburg. It's the old Koger Center. I think it's Bayfront, Bay Point, Bay something, Baywatch. I don't know what the hell it's
I don't
called.
know what it's called.
All right. So it was this whole lanyard, and it had all kinds of key cards on there. I mean, there was like a key card for the Progressive building right across the street, all kinds of keys, and it was left inside like a closet where they keep crap, like janitorial supplies, in our lobby.
It wasn't left inside the closet. It was left in the keyhole of the door that accesses this
It was
closet.
left in the lock.
Right.
And it was just dangling in the lock with the door ajar. And I'm like, I knew exactly what it was. So I had Fester grab it live on the air. Fester called us on the cell phone. Fester then went to the lobby. Fester walks into the lobby and he's like, oh my God. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A whole master set of keys for like all of the buildings, every door, every office. And I had Fester grab them, and I had Fester just, go over to like Steve Triplett's door, our general manager and vice president here at the Beasley Media Group, open that sucker right up, boom, right inside.
Yeah.
And Fester would be rummaging through his desk, although he doesn't have a desk. He has like one of those stand-up deals, and there is not one piece of paper or Post-it note anywhere. It's like
It's crazy.
I mean, I don't know. There's like no work in that office. I don't know what's going on in there. But
My
there's nothing.
desk at home is covered with papers and Post-its and
All right.
crap.
All right, now,
How's it possible?
here, listen to this. So we talked about this at about 6:45 on the air yesterday. I get a phone call from our chief engineer, Tim, yesterday afternoon. This is about 2:00. Hey, MJ, what's this about you finding master keys? The building management is asking.
Oh, no.
So apparently they realized they were missing a whole set of key cards and master keys.
No, they never realized it. They must have heard it on the radio.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So somebody heard it, and then they said, oh, it was the MJ Morning Show. So they get a hold of Tim, who our engineer obviously is the contact for the building management company that we lease this space from. And they're like panicking and freaking out. Where are the keys? Where is everything? I'm like, well, you know what? You guys should have been a little more responsible with your keys.
Finders keepers.
Finders keepers.
Keespers.
There you
Losers.
go. Yeah.
Creepers.
Luckily, I'm not a criminal. I don't have maybe I do have a criminal mind, but I'm not a criminal. All right. So we put the keys in the front lobby at the reception desk. We tossed them in the corner at the desk. So I told them where to find them. So I guess they retrieved them because I didn't hear another word. But I guess there was some panic mode. Hey, but guess what? Somebody was listening to the MJ Morning Show yesterday morning, and that's how they knew that their key cards and all their master keys were missing.
You think they heard it and they were like, oh, my God.
Oh, no.
That's me. All right, so let me finish up with the early morons here. Man, this would suck. A guy in Washington, D.C. was supposed to be buried. What could a funeral home do that would be a big, big mistake if your loved one is supposed to be buried?
Cremate them.
That would be correct.
Oh, I had
Yes.
so many other guesses.
Oh.
Hold on. What other
Sorry.
guesses would there be?
Well, have you ever heard of the people who buy the coffins, but they're too long, so the cemetery has to cut their legs in half?
No,
to stuff them in the-
I've never heard
Oh,
of
that's
that.
a thing.
Yeah,
That
like
is
you
not-
buy
that
like a
is-
5'5"
That's a
casket,
thing.
You're a 6-foot person.
That is not a thing.
How do you think tall people get buried? They cut their legs.
So you get a big coffin. They don't cut.
All right, hold on. If you're
How many big coffins have you seen?
If you're 6'6", they put your legs like crisscross applesauce.
Or they
in the bottom
break
half.
'em.
Yeah.
Well, they put a blanket over them.
Well,
No, they break them.
They don't break
They
them.
hobble them like Misery. They do. MJ, how many times have I lied
I'm
to
your
you?
biggest fan. Mr. Man,
I'm-
Mr. Man, Mr. Man.
You howdy doody poo face.
I have found stories online where they do that.
All right,
This is-
share it with me.
There was
Prove me wrong.
I'm sorry to share this, but a man saw his legs off giant corpse to fit in the casket.
Where was this? In Kenya? Where was
This was
this?
in Columbia, South Carolina.
What? Really?
Yes.
When you said Columbia South, I thought you were going to say America.
No.
Yeah.
Columbia, South Carolina?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
and
When's this story from?
He was fined. He got in trouble for it. He wasn't supposed to do
Yeah, well,
that.
there you go.
June 3rd, 2009.
June 3rd, 2009, a funeral guy saw the guy's legs off because
Yes.
they wouldn't fit in the coffin.
And the guy was-
in South Carolina?
Yeah, he was
How did they find out?
I'm trying
Could
to
you
read
imagine?
this.
I want to see Grandpa's legs one more time.
Froggy, what it is you're at the viewing and you realize that it's like a 6-foot casket or a 6'4" casket, and Grandpa was a very tall man. How'd they get him in there?
Grandpa came in at 6'6".
Yeah, so his widow
And he
said,
always had a pocket full of Werthers.
Ooh.
Wow.
His widow said his legs had been cut off between the ankle and the calf
Oh my God.
and put back in the coffin.
Okay,
Oh my
I totally made that up as a joke, but I can't believe that happened.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Wow.
that really happened. But the weird thing is then another article says if you're less than 6'10", you're gonna fit in a standard coffin.
What are they going to do for Shaq? Shaq, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go get cremated and put my body out to sea.
Oh, okay. Wow, you really sounded like Shaq.
Thank you.
And if before you die, Shaq, let's say you got like pain on your body, what do you use?
I use icy hot.
We'll put,
Oh, you know what?
we'll put
He's
those on your cut off legs.
Yeah.
Make you feel better.
Shaq, I just saw a commercial with you last night. Now you're hawking printer ink.
Yeah, printer ink. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what he is? Shaq is hawking printer ink now.
Does
Is
Shaq
it-
know how to turn down a deal?
I think
Nope.
it's Epsom.
Yeah, it is Epsom.
It's
Shaq.
like
Uh-huh.
Epsom.
Epsom.
So I was like, wait, isn't that a salt that you lie in and soak your body in? But no, it's a printer.
I endorse the salt too.
I bet you do.
All right, let me give you the funeral home story. So actually, I think what we just did might be more entertaining than the actual story. But a southeast District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. widow says that her husband was mistakenly cremated by the Stewart Funeral Home before the viewing. Rutrow, I specifically told him that I'm looking for a viewing of the body, and they cremated him before the viewing. Uh-oh.
I don't like viewings.
Yeah, I've been to a handful of funerals where they have the body. It's like right there.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I could pass on that.
I don't understand the viewing thing. I really don't. But
Uh-uh.
anyway. All right, so moving along here.
They should tell you beforehand.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. This is not a good thing here. So the Washington Redskins are now the Washington.
Commanders.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
correct.
They changed their name.
All right. A Washington Commanders fan, he won a check for over $14,000 from the team in a 50-50 charity raffle.
Oh yeah, all the teams do that.
Right. But guess what? The check from the Washington Commanders bounced. He gets a notification from his bank that it came back as NSF, not non-sufficient funds.
Oh,
How the hell does Dan Snyder's Washington Commanders, how do they bounce a check for $14,000?
You would think a football franchise would have a little more money.
At least 14 grand.
All right, this guy, Drew Shipley, purchased season tickets for the Commanders this year. And I guess he had also won the Washington Commanders Charitable Foundation raffle during the team's home opening with the Jacksonville Jaguars. After waiting for over a month for a check, he called out the NFL team on social media saying, hey, where's my money? So they get the guy a check. Finally, on October 13th, after he's waiting for his check, he gets the check for $14,822 from the Commanders' head office. It arrives at his home in a FedEx envelope. He deposits the check, and then it came back as non-sufficient funds. The check bounced. Then he was hit with an NSF charge from his bank.
Yeah, usually what, $100 or
What
something?
the
or-
hell? It wasn't terrible. It was a $15 bad
Okay.
check fine. But what
If you get a check from an NFL
Oh, my
franchise,
God.
I would bet that's probably good.
All right, and then,
Yeah,
and
that
then
would
quickly. That's what I'm
take that to the
saying.
bank.
That's what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
All right, so quickly here. If you're running for office, and of course the midterm elections are coming up, November, 8th? Tuesday, November 8th. If you're running for office, what is like the worst thing that can happen to you, really at any point, but certainly just weeks before the election?
I would say a sex tape, but you know
Oh,
what?
you're close. It's
Yeah,
not. It's not a sex tape, but I don't need to dwell on this.
Some sort of leak.
A guy running for office in Arizona for the governing board of, I guess it's a college district's governing board. So it's not like Senate or like a House of Representatives seat. But this guy, his name Randy Kaufman, the guy was found in his car parked outside of a daycare center, and he was, according to the police report, manipulating his genitals in a certain manner.
Oh.
That is not good. If you're running for office and the cops bust you for genital manipulation in a
I don't understand the certain manner part.
what?
Certain manner.
What manner do you think he's talking
Well,
about?
That's what I'm
Roxanne?
saying. Like, why do you need to describe it?
Because
Like,
it wasn't just a readjustment.
oh,
It
okay.
was a rapid succession of
Yeah,
actions. Yes.
If I just heard it by
Right.
itself, manipulating blah blah blah, then I would know what they're referring to.
Anyway, this dude, I believe that his candidacy is over because,
No way.
he quit. So,
Oh.
can you imagine? Of all places, you're in your car outside of a daycare center. What is wrong with you? All right, that's political advisors will tell you right off the bat. Yeah, don't do that.
He just earned my vote. I can't believe he quit.
Really?
That's qualified candidate
You're
right there.
a sicko.
That's what I'm looking for. I want to see him in a debate.
You're an absolute
Two
sicko.
excellent debaters, right back and forth. Two master debaters, just back and forth, just going at it.
A master debater. That's fantastic. All right, that's lovely. All right. Hey, you got the MJ Morning Show. Hey, next we start the long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. We waiting. incredibly long, uninterrupted chunk of the MJ Morning Show. So every morning around this time, 7:22 to 7:24, depending on how we're running, we begin 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show with no interruption. No one does this. An hour and 20 minutes right now, nonstop. It begins. All right, Roxanne, you promised a listener that you were going to interpret their dream.
Yes, I did.
Now, who is this? Is this like a caller, a texter, an emailer?
No, every so often we'll get just like a text that says, "Hey, can you interpret my dream?" And so then I try to oblige.
All right, because we have talked about this in the past. Because you've got the dream catcher at your house, right?
I don't have a dream catcher in my house.
All right, but you've talked about this in the past that you've gone online, and in the past when we've talked about dreams, you're always the one that steps up and you think that you know how to interpret a dream because like you go to some Google thing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say because I know how to Google. Yeah, so I'll take a stab at it.
So why can't the listener just Google their dream and just find an interpretation themselves?
Because they want a nice, friendly friend like me, my voice, to tell them what's going on.
How much are you charging them?
Yeah, I mean, Roxanne, it's not like that's what you do.
No, but I mean, if someone asked me to do a favor, I'm
now
happy
this
to.
email that you sent me, was this an email or was this like a text that you cut and pasted?
This was a text I copy pasted from the text line.
You copy pasted or cut and pasted?
I
Are
copied
those the same?
No, cut means you remove it from.
Yeah,
Right.
no, so I
never
copy
mind.
pasted it.
All right. So if you want to text us, ladies and gentlemen, it is very easy to get a hold of the MJ Morning Show. You know, you can call us at any time. If you want to be on the air, you have something to add. If you ever want to get a hold of us, of course, it's 800-990-1047. But you can also use 800-990-1047 to text us. Same number. You can call us or text us on that number. And, of course, you can email me. My private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com, and the whole crew has theirs, Roxanne and Fester and Froggy. So, Roxanne, you sent me an email, and this is a cut and paste from a text that you got, and it says, "Hey, Roxanne, can you do a quick dream insight for me, please? Like if I'm always having dreams that I'm back at school and my legs don't work."
Oh, I have legs don't work dreams.
What does that mean? Wait a minute.
Okay,
So
I have an answer.
you're back at school and your legs don't work. What is the scenario where you're back in school and your legs don't
Okay,
work?
we'll take the back in school part of it out for a second because
do
we're
I
going
need
to
to,
explain
do I
that in a
need to
second.
read the rest of this?
Madam
Yeah.
Roxanne, do you have an answer?
And I'm not talking like don't work wheelchair bound. What?
I mean, you have to really break down what you
All right.
mean when you say your legs
I know what
don't
he
work.
means. He means he has like heavy legs and he can't
All right,
walk right.
I'm continuing. And I'm not talking like don't work wheelchair bound. I'm talking like I'm walking just fine 1 minute and then the next minute I forgot how to use them, like they're hard to move, so it's difficult to walk. Oh, and I keep getting lost even though I know where I should go. I keep getting lost. What does this mean?
Okay.
Do we know who this individual is?
I don't.
Do we have a name? Is it a man? Is it a woman?
No. I told whomever it was I was going to do this dream analysis yesterday, and I forgot to. So I hope they're listening now.
Yep.
But this is what it is. Not being able to move in a dream in general represents you feel trapped or stuck. But let's take it a step further and talk about the not being able to move the legs. That symbolizes a need for structure. And the fact that this person is back in school, maybe they don't feel that they've built a strong foundation and they need to build a new structure. These are just my thoughts popping
That
in my
they
head
were
right
a
now.
dumbass getting D's in school?
I don't know, but they need a better foundation for wherever they are in their life right now. However, another thing, this is what I would use it for. When you dream that you can't use your legs, it can be a trigger to go and do lucid dreaming. Do you know about that?
I think you've brought it up in the past,
Okay.
but I don't remember.
Lucid dreaming is all of a sudden in your dream when you're like, wait a second, I'm dreaming right now. And once you make that acknowledgement in your mind.
So while you're sleeping and dreaming, that you have an awareness that
Yes.
this is just a dream. So you're like almost awake inside of your dream?
Yes. And I used to be able to do this all the time when I didn't have kids because I could sleep more. But I.
You used to lucid dream?
Yes. So what you.
You
I
ever,
would-
you ever Lucifer dream?
No. No.
Sleep, Roxanne.
It's Monster Jam
Sleep well.
at Raymond James Stadium.
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is so cool if you can do it. Once you realize, oh wait, my legs aren't working. Trigger, I'm dreaming. Okay, now I can take control of my dream. And you can fly. You can do
What the hell are you
whatever
talking
you want to. Once you my thing is I try to look at if I try to look and see if I have a watch on.
I'm sorry.
I've flown in my dreams before, but it's weird because I'm like, I don't fly. It's like I float.
Yeah,
And my head, and my wiener's a helicopter rotor.
What the hell?
That's a lot of force.
Yeah, and it lifts me right up to the clouds.
What are you? You're lying. All right, no, but seriously, I'm moving on right now. Okay, we're done with the dream interpretation. But the one thing is, I think we all have the dream where you're totally conscious in your dream, and it feels like your legs weigh 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, of
Right?
course.
We've all had those dreams where your
Yeah.
legs, they feel like they're gigantic boat anchors and you can't move. And I mean, it's really a bizarre, awkward feeling. And those dreams, you remember those dreams.
Yeah, it is. Do you ever ask yourself if I've never flown before and I've
Why
never
are you talking about flying?
Listen, and I've never had wonky, heavy legs that can't move. How do we know these feelings? Have you ever asked yourself that?
You never interpreted my dream, Roxanne.
What was that?
The dream that I'm a snake in a world of snakes and I work at a vest store. What does that mean?
I forgot about that one. Okay, I'll do that.
I have no idea what you guys
I'll figure that one
are
out.
talking about. All right, so moving along here. I talk about the power of advertising, and listen, the advertisers on the MJ Morning Show, they get great results. I do a ton of live endorsements for clients. If I went down my client list, like International Diamond Center, Kemp Rouge and Green, your car accident team, the Duncan Duo, for instance, Zero Res, Plan B Air Conditioning, the Holland Group, Fields BMW, Fields Motor Cars, Mercedes-Benz. We have just great advertisers, and people that also just run 30-second or 60-second recorded commercials. But we get great response for our advertisers. And, hey, folks, if you'd like to advertise, if you'd like me to do live commercials for you on the MJ Morning Show and endorse your product, hey, just email me, mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's mj@mjmorningshow.com. Oh, also, Two College Brothers. Another, Two College Brothers moving in. Do you know how many emails I get now from people saying, we love Two College Brothers? Do you know how many? I have an email.
They're good, man.
I have an email right here. And if you don't believe me, I'm holding this email up. I'm holding it up to MJTV right now. And it is a picture of a listener standing next to the moving crew in front of the Two College Brothers truck. So
Yeah.
I'm holding it up right now to MJTV. All right. And it's like, MJ, thank you so much. They were fantastic. So, again, Two College Brothers. We have all of our clients here. But the point is that advertising works. And another example is the Fleetwood Mac song that's being used in that Chevy commercial on TV right now. Do you know that Everywhere is back on the Billboard charts?
Really?
How does this? Are people just like, I need to buy this song right now?
Yeah.
Like, well, it's not that great.
Yeah, I haven't bought a song in ever, or decades.
I know. I don't understand.
I don't think I've purchased anything online for 20 years.
Everywhere hits the Hot Rock and Alternative Songs chart for October 22nd's chart, and it comes in at number 25. Hi, I'm Casey Kasem, and now we're up to Fleetwood Mac. It comes in at number 25 on the countdown. Why is Fleetwood Mac's Everywhere back on the charts? Well, I'm going to tell you why. It's back on the charts because it's used in a Chevy commercial for some electric vehicle where they're all singing off-key in the car to Fleetwood Mac's Everywhere. So that's why it's back on the charts.
Casey, can we do it again? Take two. That was a good. You missed the post.
I got to talk about some damn dog dying. Get me Don on the phone. No, but seriously, this is back on the charts.
How easily manipulated are we as a society?
What do you mean manipulated?
I mean, you hear a song in a
Hold
commercial.
on, about to sing.
Programs.
Yeah, so this is the song. This is Everywhere. Yeah, you guys have no sense of anything, do you guys? All right, so
I hit the post.
all right, so this song, you got like people driving. They're driving in this like Chevy EV, and they're all singing. So because of this was a minor hit. This is like a big payola record, by the way, back in 1980.
Really?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
How many PDs got themselves like a new car over this?
Yeah, this was like a big 1987 payola record.
Where's my bag of Coke? I'll play it.
Yeah, right.
Hey, guess what? I worked for a radio station where the general manager and the program director absolutely were getting some moolah under the table. You know, for some of the songs that were being played. Hey, it's not a bad song, but it wasn't a big top 40 hit. You know, it's like bigger now. It's like I don't know. Hey, Andrew, you were back in Tampa Bay in '87. Did Q105 play this song back then?
It may have played it a little bit. It wasn't a hit.
But it's back on the charts because it's being used in the Chevy commercial. Did you find the Chevy spot? Do you have it? All right, hold on. So here's the Chevy spot. You know, we mentioned this, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. We talked about it briefly, but now it's back on the Billboard charts. All right, roll the commercial. Here we go. So they're getting in the car, and this is the Chevy spot.
Can you hear me calling out your name?
Nothing like Christine McVie's voice.
Oh my God! It's so bad.
From Bolt to Blazer, Equinox to Silverado, Chevy EVs are for everyone,
There it is.
everywhere.
So that's the Chevy commercial.
Gosh.
So that's why Fleetwood Mac with that song is back on the Billboard charts because of the Chevy spot. Yeah.
And the title of the song starts with EV. It makes sense for that.
Well, EV everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And then EV's also in Chevrolet, and EV's also in evacuations, and so it's in a lot of things.
What was the song from Stranger Things? I mean, it's in one show, and all of a sudden it's a hit.
Climbing up a mountain.
It's like, what's
Yeah, Melissa Etheridge.
No,
I'm sorry, Kate Bush. I'm sorry. Yeah,
close enough.
Same damn thing.
When's Jenna going to release hers?
Same thing. Right here. This was in Stranger Things. In season 4 of Stranger Things, they kept like using this over and over again.
Now, this is a good song.
This was also never a hit. And what's her face? Kate Bush. She's made a fortune now.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. She's just sitting at home. She's probably knitting or, making, Swedish meatballs in her microwave. And suddenly Stranger Things uses this song. And she's got like millions of dollars just flooding into her mailbox in royalties.
Buy all the meatballs I want.
Did she know? I mean, did she know she was going to make this much money off of that?
I'm sure that they reached out to her. I'm sure they had to get. I don't know
They
if
had to
she
get
owns
licensing for
Does
it.
she own the publishing, or did it go through? I don't know. I don't know the story.
Who knows, man?
All right, hey, I got a name I want to run by you, and this is a little obscure, but do you know who Amy Yazbek is?
Yazbek.
Yep.
Whoa. Hang on a minute. Andrew, wait a minute. You know, don't blurt it out. You're telling me that you know who Amy Yazbek is?
Absolutely.
How the hell do you know who Amy Yazbek is?
She's an actress.
All right, but it's not like a household name.
She had a very famous husband, too.
Well, there you go. So, but Roxanne, you don't know.
No, I was thinking I was getting her confused with Yasmin Bleeth.
Fester, you have no idea.
I've never heard
Froggy's
of this
got
person.
no idea.
No.
Amy Yazbek is still not ready to date 19 years after her husband died.
Okay, that's
Okay.
everybody does it their own way.
Who's your husband?
Would you like a hint?
Sure.
It is time for the audio daily double.
Alex Trebek.
Oh my God!
No,
he
it's
died
no,
last
no,
year.
it's
I
not.
thought that was a hint.
No, this is 19 years. So
Yeah, and
Amy,
Alex Trebek's wife, she's on the scene.
Amy Yazbek still can't date 19 years after her husband died. You have no idea who her husband is.
No.
Who died 19 years ago?
Aww.
Mr. Roper?
No. Mr. Furley.
All right. Do you know with that
Yeah.
little audio hint?
When did Don Knotts die?
It wasn't done.
I love
Was it
John
George?
Ritter.
Yeah, John Ritter. That's the guy.
It is.
I love this show.
I never liked this show, actually.
Oh, what?
I was never a fan of this.
The Regal Beagle?
Anyway, yeah, so Amy Yazbek was married to John Ritter. He's been gone for 19 years, and I saw a story that she still can't date.
Oh, he seems so nice.
After all these years, she's still so heartbroken. And listen, I feel bad for her. So, all right, moving along, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
I couldn't recover from losing him.
What do you want me to do, a half an
I
hour
don't
on that?
know,
What do you-
man.
come on, just a quick little mention,
All right.
dude. Come,
I don't know. If anything, I feel old because John Ritter's been dead for 2 decades.
That was shocking.
Can you believe he's been gone for 19 years? All right, here we go. Moving along. There is an image and a story that kind of took Reddit by storm about a week ago or so. I just didn't get around to this. And this person claims that they were at a Texas Roadhouse and that Texas Roadhouse just put Kraft macaroni and cheese on their plate.
So?
What do you mean, so?
A lot of places do that. We just talked about that.
I mean, if you're going to buy the macaroni and cheese.
Hold on, what do you mean we just talked about that? We never talked about Texas Roadhouse and
Hold
Kraft
on.
macaroni and cheese.
Hold on. 2 days ago.
What did we talk
You
about?
had a top 10 things that chefs at fancy restaurants don't want you to get.
Yeah,
and
there
number
we go.
3
Yeah, but that was
the mac and cheese.
But that was it was the high-end mac and cheese. Yeah. So a couple of days ago, earlier this week, we did a story on chefs telling you what items you should not get at high-end restaurants. And one of the items was like lobster mac and cheese or truffle mac and cheese.
Any of the mac and cheeses at any restaurant fall into this category, though.
But this story's gone viral after a customer claims that Texas Roadhouse, that a certain location purportedly just served her, when she ordered the mac and cheese, that she just got a plate full of Kraft macaroni and cheese.
What's the issue?
Well, I don't think that that's standard fare. I mean, was this one Texas Roadhouse? Listen, I'm not a Texas Roadhouse expert. I've only been to Texas Roadhouse once in my life. And listen, it wasn't bad. I mean, I've heard good things about Texas Roadhouse, and I was doing a ride along with my Hillsborough County deputy sheriff pals. So I was doing a ride along, and then when it's time to do lunch, they'll some of the squad, they'll decide, hey, let's go here there. So they decided to go to Texas Roadhouse. I thought it was a nice experience, but I don't know enough about Texas Roadhouse to know if this is standard or if this is just one location that got lazy. So this woman orders a side order of macaroni and cheese, and they say 100% it was Kraft macaroni and cheese out of a 78-cent box.
All right. So if I order mac and cheese from a restaurant, I'm completely expecting Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, for real.
What are you talking about? You don't expect to get Kraft macaroni and cheese at a restaurant.
I expect Gruyere.
Come on. What do you expect you're going to get? Some high-end?
Right.
When's the last time you had high-end mac and cheese? How could you even do it?
All right.
Apparently, if you look at...
is it on the kids' menu?
No, it's a side item. If you look at the Texas Roadhouse menu, it's a regular side item. And this user, Nina, is not thrilled about the quality of the dish. And she says that, hey, this is Kraft macaroni and cheese. And she says, tell me why I came to Texas Roadhouse. And you know how the prices are. I decided to get a side of mac and cheese. And tell me why. Why is it that Kraft macaroni and cheese is on my plate? Don't play with me. So this whole story's gone viral.
How hungry are you, man?
And I don't know if this is a deal where all Texas Roadhouses use Kraft macaroni and cheese, or if it was just a location that didn't make the normal mac and cheese according to the recipe. Andrew, do you have insight?
If you look online, do a search on Google, search the Googles, I'm sorry, there are articles all over about Kraft mac and cheese at Texas Roadhouse for a decade.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I think this is kind of their thing. If you're going,
But is it on the menu that it's Kraft macaroni and cheese?
So I'm looking at a copy of the menu. I don't know how old this is. It's online.
Right.
And under the kids' meals, and I know this because I've brought kids to this restaurant, it's not a traditional side, but under the kids' meal it says macaroni and cheese.
Right.
The cheesiest mac in town. And it's like $5 or $6 for the kids' meal. Now,
All right, and that is known to be Kraft macaroni and cheese? I never knew that.
I mean,
When you go to a restaurant and you order macaroni and cheese, I think you expect a larger macaroni, and I think you expect a different, more, I guess a real cheese sauce versus, that traffic cone orange powder that you mix with some butter and milk.
Well, I wouldn't mind if it was Kraft as long as they zhuzh it up with something.
As long as they what?
Zhuzh.
Zhuzh it up?
Yeah, just like put extra something in
Hey, and
there.
listen, I'm not a macaroni and cheese elitist, and either's my wife. I was at Costco last weekend. On Sunday morning, I was at Costco, and I got that big, giant, an 18-pack of Kraft Mac. Michelle loves Kraft macaroni and cheese. I'm just saying, and listen, I've got nothing against Texas Roadhouse because what I had there was very good. I'm just saying that there's a buzz online that this lady flipped out that she ordered mac and cheese, and she said it was Kraft macaroni and cheese. So
yeah, great.
Chill out, lady.
That's what you get for going to Texas Roadhouse for mac and cheese, lady.
I mean, you go to Texas Roadhouse for a steak, right?
Bowl of
And to
chili.
throw your peanuts everywhere.
Well, but also, I would imagine you can get some side orders. But even then, if you want macaroni and cheese as a side, I don't think, guys, I would not expect to get Kraft macaroni and cheese where the cheese comes out of a little white, generic-looking packet.
I want to say I've been to restaurants before that actually use the Kraft logo next to the mac and cheese offering, so you knew exactly what you were getting.
What restaurants do that? I
feel-
know that there are some restaurants that do like specific branding. Like a lot of times, like with an Oreo shake, they have permission to use the Oreo logo, the Nabisco Oreo logo.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right, moving along, ladies and gentlemen. Fingernail painting on an airplane. Let's discuss. This has also become quite an issue. A woman was spotted painting her nails on a flight, and this is just getting all kinds of opinions. You know what they say about opinions. So from all corners of the internets, people are weighing in on a woman who is captured on video. This is just a domestic flight here in the United States. And a woman has her tray table down, and she's got her nail polish bottle out, and she's just sitting there, and she's just painting her nails. Now, I hate this when my wife paints the nails inside the car. And sometimes we're headed out to dinner, and Michelle is painting her nails in the car. And I'm sorry, it's the worst, like lacquer, chemical paint smell, and it nauseates me. I get nauseous when Michelle paints her nails in the car.
I've done that before.
Or not only the paint. What is the
remover is what really is.
No, the clear.
strong.
What's the clear stuff you put on
Just
your
a clear top coat.
whatever. So Michelle, we're going out to dinner. Let's say we're meeting some friends out for dinner, and we're dry. And usually it's a long. Let's say we're headed to like Massimo's or something over in Palm Harbor from South Tampa, and Michelle will be on the Courtney Campbell, and she's doing her nails. I'm like, what are you doing? And
Is she driving or you're driving?
no, I'm driving.
That's a legitimate question.
But Michelle knows that the smell of nail polish and whatever that clear crap is, she knows that it drives me nuts. And she does it anyway. And then when I go, oh my God, what are you doing? Then she starts laughing at me.
Open a window.
She'll start laughing at me.
bullying you.
Why are you laughing at me? So anyway, the question is, should somebody be painting their nails in the confined space of an airplane? And I have to say the answer is no. That is rude. That is out of bounds. Nobody should be. You know what? Let's grab some phone calls on this. Should people paint their nails on an airplane? You're in coach. You got 3 and 3. You got the aisle. Somebody drops their tray, and they're painting their nails on your flight.
I think toenails to paint are okay, but not fingernails.
All right, will you stop it?
Ugh.
Yeah, you want someone, jamming their feet up in the air? And,
No.
Yeah, of course not. All right, let me give out the number here, 800-990-1047. What do you think? So this has divided the internet. I mean, this has become quite a little debate online about painting fingernails on a commercial flight with people all around you and that big kind of chemically painty, lacquer, fumey smell going all over the place. All right. 800-990-1047. Hey, listen, if you want to also tell us other ridiculous things that you've seen people do on the airplane, I don't mind morphing into that as well. So what other rude, inconsiderate, SOB stuff have you seen people do on an airplane? But you can also weigh in on the nail painting. That is out of bounds. That is off limits. That is so inconsiderate of those around you. So 800-990-1047. That's how you get in if you want to comment or give us another story. 800-990-1047.
I've never done it on a plane. I would never do it on a plane, but I have done it in the car.
You've never done it on a plane.
He
You would never
ISO
do
all
it.
those.
Yeah. Hey, Andrew, can you add all of those, please, to the wall of audio when you
Yes.
get a chance, please?
I've done it on a plane.
Thank you. Yeah, mark that location.
But I have done it in the car.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm playing
Does
with
it drive Doug crazy when you do your nails in the car?
Oh, he's into it.
probably everything I do does. But I don't. I'll be painting my
I
nails.
almost look at like a football season, like you're going away on deployment.
Well,
Sorry, wrong audio bite.
Well, all right.
I
Tom had something
apologize.
to say.
They're right next to each other.
We'll get into Tom Brady a little later on.
Listen,
Yeah,
no, but
I hit the wrong one.
I feel like I'm playing with fire because
Yeah, I meant to hit this, by the way.
Roxanne Weber.
And Doug. That's what I meant to play. All right, go ahead.
But I feel like I'm playing with fire because one like shaky hand or you just tip that little bottle in your car, your space around you ruined.
Oh, that's right. If you,
I don't even let the kids paint their nails in the house. We have to go out on the patio with like a big towel we don't care about.
Or newspaper everywhere
Yes.
or whatever. Yeah, if you spill nail polish in your car, you're going to wreck the interior. That's 100% right. And my wife, Michelle, knows this. I could call Michelle right now, and she'll start laughing. You know what? I'm going to try that here quickly.
Hold on. Before you call her.
Yeah.
More of a cackle. Just wait.
What do you mean?
It won't be like a it'll be more of a
All right, calling Michelle at the house. And I don't know if she's listening, but all I have to say is, what do you do in the car that I hate? And you,
Hello.
hey, are you listening to the show?
You want me to paint my nails?
Jeez. And why do you laugh every time when we're driving somewhere and you secretly open up the bottle and then the smell hits me while I'm driving? Why do you do that?
Because your reaction is so over dramatic, it's comical.
All right, what is my reaction like?
Oh, you make a face and your whole body, you're like repulsed, and it's hysterical.
So you paint your nails in the car just for what? For comedic relief?
Yeah,
This is for your entertainment?
yeah,
Even if you don't need to paint your nails, you paint your nails just to get my reaction?
yeah.
Michelle, you're trying to accomplish a goal. You're trying to paint the nails. The added MJ entertainment is just a bonus.
What a relationship I have here.
Wow, you're a real bully. With nice nails.
Let me take phones here, Michelle. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, so phones are loaded on, I guess, the airplane deal and other. If you're just tuning in, now there's a whole story floating around about a video, a woman painting her nails surrounded by all these other passengers on an airplane, on a flight. Sean's in Land O'Lakes. Hey, Sean, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Sean.
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing this morning?
We're doing well. Go ahead.
Well, one terrible thing that you can absolutely do for sure is when you're on a 9-hour flight to Germany and the people that 2 rows ahead of you don't change a stinky baby diaper for 9 hours.
Oh, my God. Are you serious? That's like child neglect. So I asked for other things, like tell us other things that have happened on airplanes other than painting nails, and here's one of them. Did you say anything, or did the flight attendant say anything?
No, but no one said anything because everyone's just you just try to be a person that's above and not try to complain out of your way, because then everybody then looks at you as like a complainer, a nagger. You know what I mean?
Have you been told that? It's okay. That's worth complaining about.
Yeah, I think that if you can tell that a baby's diaper has not been changed on a 9-hour flight, that's probably an issue. Sean, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Hey, Jennifer is on I-4. Jennifer, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hello.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Roxanne's opening up the door.
He told me to close it.
Yeah, you can open it back up. Listen, Jennifer, our studio is so hot. It is unbearable. And they can't seem to fix the air conditioning in the studio, which is the reason why I'm quitting at the end of the year.
You may hear.
Good morning. Open that door.
Yeah, you might hear people walking or whistling down the hallway. That's the way it goes around here.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jennifer. So Roxanne just got up and opened the door because it's
Can't
so
take
hot.
it.
I know. It is so miserable in here. All right, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Jennifer, go ahead.
No, yeah, I absolutely. The older I've gotten, it smells in any confined space. Like when I get on the elevator, I don't wear perfume anymore because when you get on the elevator with a woman who has oversprayed herself,
Yep.
it is nauseating, disgusting. You smell like it the rest of the day. Anytime you're in any confined area, you have got to be cognizant of the people around you and what smells and odors you're bringing to that environment.
Yeah, that also bothers me because I'm not a perfumey kind of guy. I don't like heavy-duty perfume. So Michelle likes her Chanel No. 5. But Michelle knows that I'm kind of scent averse. And Michelle has learned how to sparingly use. That's why a bottle of Chanel No. 5 lasts Michelle 20 years. Because, no, she uses it so sparingly, so she gets a little bit, but it doesn't blow my flippin' olfactory senses out, you know?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Let's grab Michelle in Tampa. Hey, Michelle, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Oh, hey, and by the way, you can't quit because all your listeners will come and hold on to all of your ankles.
He only has two, and they're very small.
First of all, it's not 1974 anymore. Women doing their nail polish inside corridors should be a no-no. It's easy to go get a polish change for $10. So I can't imagine being on the plane with that smell.
Do they not have scentless nail polish yet?
They should. I mean, they've got every type of everything.
But wait a minute, the paints and the chemicals that make up the paint.
It's the acetone that makes it stick to your nail.
It's paint has an odor. I mean, you can't.
I'm inventing scentless paint. I'm working on it today.
I just did, and I wanted to say I listen to you guys faithfully every morning, and I watch you on live later on YouTube.
Hang on, I'm gonna look. Hold on, I'm gonna look at the camera right now. I'm gonna say hi to you on camera when you watch it later.
Oh, that's creepy.
Hey, Michelle.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Michelle.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for calling in right now. All right, go ahead.
I just do want to point out a couple things because this morning you guys fell on like three different things for me, so I'm going to go in reverse. First of all, Kate Bush, I looked at her because I was thinking it was the strange thing. I'm an 80s baby, 80s child.
Yep.
She actually was a millionaire before that song just re-hit. She apparently invested whatever she made in the 80s very well. She had like $20 million before this song hit.
Wow.
Again.
An expert on Kate Bush.
And I'm a huge Three's Company fan. I watch reruns on a weekly basis.
Right.
So whoever said they didn't like Three's Company,
too.
I'm just very disappointed.
That was me. I said I was never a Three's Company.
How about that sexed up Larry?
I got to be honest. Listen, I'm sorry, Michelle, I'm sorry to tick you off. But, folks, if you're just tuning in, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, I mentioned there was a story out that John Ritter's widow, that she still can't date 19 years after he died. And I said, hey, guys, do you know who Amy Yazbek is? And that's the widow of John Ritter. And I said, hey, let me give you a hint. And then I played this little audio bite. And then I said that I don't like the show. I never liked Three's Company. Whenever that came on, I couldn't turn the channel fast enough for Three's Company.
Oh,
so
it
great.
was so live, and he followed the pattern of people that were very live on TV, like Lucille Ball.
Anyway, listen, I like John Ritter. I just didn't like Three's Company. All right, what was the third thing, Michelle? Before
The third thing, real quick, I just wanted to say that I appreciate Roxanne talking about lucid dreams. I'm in my 40s. I started having them about 3 years ago, and I don't know why, and they are incredibly horrible. And
No, enjoy them. Take control. Yeah, just take control of them.
Wait a
Turn
second.
around.
Hold on. Roxanne, you're saying that lucid dreams are enjoyable? She's saying that they're hell on earth. What's going on here?
Once you figure out what's going on, then you can just realize I'm in control, and then you do whatever you want. Listen, Michelle, call this time every day. Do a first half of the show recap. This is perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, Michelle, have a great day.
Any other topics you want to cover?
That's enough. All right, Michelle, drive safely. Let's grab, how about Al in Newport Richie? Hey, Al, you're on the MJ Morning Show. We're kind of talking about people, we're kind of talking about women painting their fingernails on an airplane.
Kind of. We're also talking about whatever Michelle wants to talk about.
Mr. MJ, you know something, sir? When my wife does that at home, I go away from her. I just like tell her to go to the other room and because like you, sir, the smell of that there. The whatever that hell that thing's got up in there, it bothers me. It makes my eyes watery.
Did you call me Mr. MJ?
Yes, sir. Hey, listen. By the way, y'all can't quit.
We're
Because
not
I got a
quitting.
big truck.
Now, my demands are I need a new studio. I've been promised a new studio for 2 years, and there's no sign of that. And the air conditioning hasn't worked for 2 years, and it is cool outside, and it feels like a furnace in here. So, hey, Al, thank you for calling me sir and Mr. MJ.
All right, y'all take care now.
I thank you, buddy.
Bye now.
He's done with it.
Let me grab 2 more calls. First, though, it's 8 o'clock. So let me give out the Rock the Cash Box word. This hour's word is radio. Oh, how convenient. So this hour's word is radio. That's RADIO. Text the word radio nationwide to 45911 before quarter after for a shot at $1,000 cash, or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myQ105.com. Good luck. All right, 2 more calls on this, and we got to move on. Robert is in St. Petersburg. Hey, Robert, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well.
I have a problem with nail polish. I'm allergic to oak trees. And
Wait a minute. What does oak trees and allergy to the tree have to do with nail polish?
well, when I smell nail polish, my sinuses will actually burn for 3 or 4 days.
Who are you, Urkel?
Wow.
What does this have to do with oak trees?
Yeah, bring the oak into this.
Well, that's because of that. It causes, whenever I'm around any of that nail polish remover, nail polish, oh man, I gotta go. It put me in the ER once.
Nail polish put you in the ER.
Sensitive as your nose.
Right, because I had problems breathing.
Anaphylactic?
I got you. Hey, listen. So if somebody is putting on nail polish in the seat next to you or in the row in front of you on an airplane, you're going to freak out. You're going to possibly die on the flight?
Well, I tell you what, if it could actually have problems with my breathing.
Well, there you go. The mask might have to drop down from the and please apply the mask to yourselves first before you assist a young child, okay?
Yes, sir.
I thank you. All right, one more call.
Yes, sir.
All right, Steve. Very polite listeners today. All right, final call on this before we move on. Steve's in Tampa. Hey, Steve.
Hey, how are you, MJ? Love the show.
Thank you. Have you ever been on a plane where a woman drops the tray and puts on nail polish among all the passengers?
I got one better for you.
What?
I used to be a flight attendant back in another life. And when a woman would break out her nail polish, I would ask her to put it away because she's stinking up the cabin.
Wow. All right, now, how long ago were you a flight attendant?
Yeah, 25, 30 years ago.
Was that back during the days when you actually had like smoking rows in the back of the plane?
Yes, and back in the day, I used to smoke in those smoking rows.
So you were a flight attendant. You were lighting up.
Yes, I was. It was on my. It was a journey to get up to the front part of the airplane, which is where I'm at now.
Now, just that. Oh, wait a minute. So you're still a flight attendant, or you're not?
No. I drive the airplanes now.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, whoa. So now you're a pilot.
That's correct.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right. So are you a pilot for the same airline that you were a flight attendant for?
No, I am not.
All right. So what airline were you a flight attendant for?
United.
Okay. And do you mind saying who you fly for now?
It's a brown airplane.
UPS.
No, you guessed it. Very good.
All right. So you fly non-complaining packages.
Yes, I do. And it's so much better, and I don't have to ask the packages to put the nail polish
away. Hey, so when I see the MD-11 or the 757 fly in as I'm driving into work on the Howard Franklin Bridge in the 5 o'clock hour, are you ever piloting that plane into Tampa?
No, I don't fly into Tampa. I'm based in Louisville, and I usually go over to Asia. I fly around Japan, South Korea, China, Malaysia, that sort of stuff.
Wow, so you're flying the MD-11?
No, I fly the 767.
The 767, gotcha.
Cool, man.
Well, that's fantastic. Going from flight attendant to, are you a captain or first officer?
Captain.
That's fantastic. And how many years have you been a pilot?
About 25 years.
That's incredible. And do you have to retire? Do you have to retire at 65 as well?
in 10 months and 28 days.
Wow. So, and do you think there's any chance? Like, I've got a couple of buddies that are about to age out as well, but there's talk that they might increase the age to 67. Do you think that'll happen before you need to retire?
I've heard about it. I don't think it's going to happen. They brought it up before, but if it does, I'm calling it quits. 37 years in the business is enough of doing anything.
I got you. Well, listen, thanks for flying Big Brown, man. Have a great day.
Thank you, MJ. Take care.
You bet.
That didn't sound right when you said flying Big Brown.
Oh, Andrew wants me to take one more call.
Okay.
What can Big Brown do for you?
I know.
Hey, you want to hear about Big Brown?
No, it's just Brown. They don't call themselves Big Brown.
What can Brown do for you?
Big Brown. That's a different.
Did you hear what a passenger did on a British Airways flight?
Did they do a Big Brown?
Hold on. Hang on. Let me grab one more call here. It is Erin in Tampa. Erin, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi. Good morning, everybody. How are you?
We are well. Thanks for calling.
So this has to do with nails. I was boarding a flight on Southwest Airlines, and I was with my husband and son at the time, and they needed another family to sit together. I offered to give up my seat, so I sat in the middle seat. About early on in the flight when we took off, this lady beside me, and she had large acrylic nails. It wasn't the curved nails. It was the pointy nails. Roxanne might know about this.
I do.
And she dug her nails into her ears the entire flight and grabbed out earwax.
Oh, my God. Holy.
No. It was horrifying. I was like, I didn't know what to do because I was trying to be nice and sit in the middle seat. And she rolled the earwax into little balls and placed them on her tray table.
Oh, my God.
No, this is like a serial killer. That's like
where to you it happened. And
sociopathic behavior.
Oh, my
It was horrifying. It was horrifying.
Oh, my
So gross, right? I didn't know what to say. I just... this is not sanitary.
Was she making a candle?
What is she like? Does she collect it and
Just like lining them up.
So making earwax balls and lining them up on her tray table?
On a tray table, yes. Like she was just digging.
People are disgusting. People are grotesque.
I would vomit on that plane if I saw that.
I know. Oh, that's awful. That's horrific.
Aaron, thank you for the call. Yeah, that is far worse than painting your nails on an airplane.
Earwax ball lady.
Aaron, have a great weekend.
Thanks a lot, Aaron.
Running a little late here because I did tease at 8 o'clock this morning. We want to talk about Roxanne. Hey, Andrew, do you have the promo? Can you bring up the promo? Give me a thumbs up. So I teased this for this morning at 8 o'clock. It's 8:07, so I'm running just a few minutes late. And let me know when you have the promo from yesterday. And this has to do with Roxanne. All right, listen to what I recorded yesterday that ran all day on Q105. Hit it. Apparently, Roxanne wants to get personal about things that she likes to do all by herself. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. All right, so it's 8:07. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
What a salacious tease that is.
That
it's
was
one
salacious.
thing, not things.
So what do you like to do all by yourself, Roxanne?
That's clickbait.
I did it yesterday.
That was clickbait.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was. I did it yesterday, and I was going to take a picture of it and send it to you.
She did it by herself yesterday. She was going to take a picture of it.
I was going to send it to the group chain.
Yes!
And then I was like, wait, but I haven't talked
Right.
about this with everybody. So
Yeah.
I just didn't send it to you, but I did it yesterday.
All right, so Roxanne, what do you like to do? And do you think that this will hit a chord with listeners?
Yeah, I want to know if I'm the only one who likes to do this.
By yourself?
Yeah. I'll do it with other people, but I get more enjoyment doing it by myself.
Yeah, you're just adding to the intrigue here, aren't you?
Seriously, I'm on the hook now.
I'm confused.
Yeah, this is like a YouPorn segment or something.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right, go ahead.
No, so yesterday I was driving home and I'm like, yes, I want to indulge myself. I like to eat fast food by myself. And I like to eat it in the car by myself when I pull into my garage, or I like to eat it in my bedroom, not in the bed, but on my little chaise lounge. And
So wait a minute, you like to stop at various fast food places.
I do it once a week.
So-
Yes.
And do you have a rotation of fast food places?
I do. Yesterday was PDQ.
Very nice.
Mhm.
All right, so what is in your rotation of fast food places? Just give me the
okay.
list. Which ones?
PDQ.
Right.
Culver's.
Okay.
If I
Now, do you get a Butterburger? At
Yes, I do.
You
I
do?
either get a
Oh,
Butterburger with mushrooms or I
Yeah.
get their chicken sandwich is really good too. And so then I also go to
So PDQ, Culver's, what else?
sometimes McDonald's,
Okay.
sometimes Wendy's.
Okay.
But the regular rotation is pedicure. and
No
culvers.
Taco Bell?
No.
No Taco Tuesday?
No.
Does this qualify as as an eating disorder?
Well, as I was thinking about that, I'm like, I don't want people to confuse this. This is what I'm saying is I like to eat it, and I know it's not as good for you as, fast food in general is not. I don't want to feed it to my kids every night, but I will feed it to them occasionally. But I don't enjoy eating it with them. I enjoy it the most eating it by myself.
But is this sneak eating?
I think it is.
Or is it more of an indulgent self-time where you're trying to just put as much comfort products
Yes.
in your system at one time?
Fester can relate.
That's my life every day. I don't need to be in a closet like this one.
Fester doesn't hide anything.
Seriously.
I don't know what it is, but if I sat down at the kitchen table and got the whole family, chicken McNuggets and stuff like that, and then it wouldn't be as good as it is on those days of the week. That one day of the week when I go home and just.
So you'll pull into your garage, and hopefully you shut the car off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Do you close the garage door with the car running?
She leaves the car running so she has to eat it quickly.
That wouldn't be smart.
Hold on. Do you shut the car off? Yes. Do you close the garage door, or do you leave the garage door
I
open?
leave the garage door open.
Okay.
Nothing like sitting in a 120-degree garage eating a burger.
And you eat your fast food in the car, or sometimes you sneak the bag into your bedroom?
Sometimes I do.
What do you close the door and lock it? Yes?
Yes.
God.
I do.
Has Doug ever found like a
Yes,
wrinkled
he
up
has.
bag of Wendy's? He's like, hey, has Fester been over?
No.
What is this? Dave's big, juicy wrappers crammed in between the...
What's this?
Okay, because I do fancy myself as like this really healthy eater, and then he'll find a bag in my car and be like, oh, okay. What's this about?
Sneak eating?
Yeah. But it just is really more delicious when I'm by myself.
Is that the only thing that you like to do by yourself?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I love sushi, but I don't want to eat sushi by myself. It's just a fast food thing.
What about green eggs and ham? Do you like them, Sam? I am. Will you eat them on a boat? Will you eat them with a goat?
Starving.
I don't like green eggs and ham. I don't like them, Sam. I am. Should we go to phone calls and ask people what they like to do all by themselves?
What? You got to set up some parameters.
We have to set some boundaries.
Some parameters. Yeah, Andrew.
We only have so much delay.
Yeah, I mean, you really have to set some guidelines here. Andrew needs a little guidance on this.
Someone just texted me and said, sounds like you get pleasure from telling your family they can't eat that stuff, but then you do it yourself. No, because I do serve it to them occasionally. I just enjoy it the most alone.
That sounds a little odd. You know what? I'm going to give it a whirl. You've heard Roxanne's story. To our MJ Morning Show listeners, what do you crave to do by yourself? All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So what is it that you love doing by yourself? Roxanne just confessed that once a week you do it? Is that it?
Once a week.
That she will
Usually Thursday.
stop and get fast food, and she will eat it in her garage, or she'll bring it into her bedroom and lock the door. All right, so folks, what do you like to? It could be eating as well, but what event, what activity do you love to do by yourself and exclude everyone else? 800-990-1047. All right, while Andrew is answering phones, he's screening calls right now. Every line's going. I meant to mention something on the tail end of the painting your nails on an airplane and how freaking rude that is. I meant to mention one other thing. So if you remember, I mentioned my airplane issue. I had two issues, and I forgot to bring this up. Do you remember what airplane issue that I brought up? I just flew, and it was my JetBlue flight from Tampa to HPN, which is Westchester County Airport, on Thursday last week. I flew up. What was my issue? The guy in front of me was...
He jerked the seat back.
He's the seat flinger.
Yeah.
So I told that story, that I hate those folks that just hit the recline button and they fling that seat back as fast as they possibly can. When I recline, I will only go halfway. And I'll always kind of look behind me, so they kind of make a little eye contact with you, and it's sort of like an unspoken thing. Hey, I'm about to recline. So I do that, and I do it slowly and gently. But the guy in front of me last Thursday on JetBlue from Tampa to Westchester. This guy hits and just goes wham, knocks my Surface tablet, which was on the tray table, knocks it into my chest. Guy came back with such force. The other thing, and I forgot to mention this, coming back, and in fact, I posted an image of this, and let's see. Let me see if it's on my Instagram. Hang on a minute. It is on my Instagram, and when did I post this? This was, you know what? It was not coming back. Fester, what are you looking at? What are you staring at? What are you all weirding out about? What?
A friend, my friend Juan sent me a text and asked me about Rock the Cash Box word.
Yeah, we gave it out 15 minutes ago.
I know he wasn't listening. He was in the bathroom.
Well, it just expired.
Well, I'm going to text him this now.
Well,
I'm trying to get it done in time.
It's too late. It's done. It's
Juan, I'm sorry.
It's by 8:15. It's now. It's 8:15. It's over.
Yeah, we gave it out. Juan.
Right,
I'm sorry.
so hey, it was not my return flight. So you know what? It was both flights. So I had the seat. I had the seat flinger. I had the seat flinger in front of me, and that's right. I have the seat grabber behind me. And this is another thing that drives me nuts. And do you ever have the people that use your seat back as a handle, like a grab bar, and they just jerk your seat? So I even took a picture of this guy. It's on my Instagram. And I said, if this guy in the JetBlue seat behind me jams my neck one more time by grabbing my seat back to use as a hoist, I might be arrested when we land in White Plains.
How many times did he get out of his seat?
It was a dozen times. It was a dozen freaking times on a 2-hour and 25-minute flight. And this guy was jamming my seat and it was like jolting me. I'm dozing off, and the next thing I know, boom! And I've got whiplash from this guy. So that's right. That flight, I had the seat jammer backer, and then I had the seat grabber. I was surrounded by clownage. All right, so anyway, I just wanted to point that out before we got too far away. All right, phones are jammed. And the question is, what is it that you like to do by yourself? All right, what is it that you like to do by yourself?
And if you like fast food by yourself like me,
All right.
that too,
I'm looking at some of the answers. I think some people are pulling Roxanne's legs.
Now, Roxanne just admitted she loves to eat fast food. Once a week, she'll pull into her garage and just eat it or go into her bedroom. All right, so I've asked everyone, what is it that you like to do by yourself? All right.
So I'm looking at the call screener board here. We have like 10 people with legitimate things, and then we have one person I think is being a smartass.
So is that the first caller?
Yes.
All right. Is the first caller being a smartass? Which, that's fine with me. Hey, Pam is in Valrico. Hey, Pam, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Oh, and I'm not a smartass. Thank you very much.
Well, hold on. Do you know what's typed on our phone screener call log here?
All right, well, because he didn't know how to spell it. What is typed on there?
No, it says Pam and then Valrico.
And then we have a little space where we can type in, or Andrew, who screens our calls, our producer, he puts the caller name, where you're calling from, and then there's a space where he can write a little note as to what you're calling in about. And in that space, it says you like to go into your bathroom with a charcuterie board.
Yeah, that's it.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. No, he's right. Roxy, listen
Like a
to
little
me.
picnic?
I barely ever eat, okay? I eat air. I never have time to sit down and eat a meal. My only safe haven is my beautiful, very clean bathroom. And I will go and sit in there for 2 hours with my little charcuterie board and my wine just to have some time and space and just be alone.
Pam,
and
you know those...
And I can't believe he... Go ahead.
I was going to say, that they have those nice boards that you can lay over your bathtub, and usually it's for a magazine or for a glass of wine.
Yeah,
but
I don't have a bathtub. I have a nice shower.
Do you have a squatty potty?
Counter. I have a beautiful marble counter, and I sit up there. My husband thinks I'm nuts. You know what? I get time, space, free, and I don't even have any kids at home.
Can you tell me what is on your charcuterie board? What do you prepare to bring into your bathroom with your wine?
Oh, my gosh. Edam cheese is my favorite. Some brie, a couple grapes, mostly olives. I like sharp cheeses. I mean,
What about Marcona almonds, lightly fried in olive oil and salted from Spain?
No, I haven't gotten to those.
Oh, yeah, you ought to try Marcona almonds. Once you try Marcona almonds, you're sold for life. All right, go ahead.
I will like those. Some macadamia nuts, But mostly my little cheeses, some pepperoni. I forget the good.
What about gabagool?
Ma'am,
I use gabagool. Hey, and MJ, buy yourself a little airplane because it sounds like you have the worst flight plane experiences on the planet. You got the money. Go buy a little Cessna.
Well, how do you know that I have the money to buy a plane?
Don't know. I'm guessing. I
plane?
just think
That's a
that you
big
do. Go buy a
purchase.
Cessna.
I could be broke as a joke with all my credit cards maxed out. I could be getting ready to be, thrown out of my house. I could be evicted.
Oh, please. No, you're not.
ma'am, you eat
Go buy a
duty
Cessna.
cheese.
You eat what?
Duty cheese. There's duty particles where you eat your food.
I mean, yeah, you do eat it in the grossest room in the
You
house.
don't understand how clean my bathroom
It
is.
doesn't matter when you
I'd rather
flush.
eat in my bathroom than in McDonald's than any other restaurant.
You're eating
My bathroom
pepperoni.
is disgusting.
Pepperoni.
No, she's not.
All right, Pam and
No.
her charcuterie board by herself for hours in her bathroom. Pam, thanks for
It's my only space. Hey, Roxanne, love you, man. I'm with you.
All right, so hey, Pam, should I get a little prop job or should I get a little small business jet?
I think I don't know. You travel far, so a small business jet.
All right,
Maybe.
all right. Thank you, Pam.
I love.
Come out and let me know.
All right, have a great day. All right, that opens up a line.
Yeah, I love a good glass of shower wine, but Pam has opened up.
What is shower wine?
When you have a glass of wine in the shower?
Who has a glass of wine in the shower? You drink wine in the shower?
Yes.
I mean,
I've never heard of that.
Who
Don't give
doesn't?
my wife ideas. I hope she's not listening.
Yeah, they sell like wine holders for
Yes,
showers.
they
Are
do.
you kidding me?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Roxanne
All
has
right.
the whole.
800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Asking the question, what do you like to do by yourself? How about Manny in St. Petersburg? Hey, Manny, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hello?
Yes, Manny, go ahead. Manny, you are next. Hello, Manny.
MJ, good morning.
Yes, go ahead, Manny.
Haven't heard from you in years.
Why don't you call Manny once in a while?
Hold on. Is this the Manny I know?
Of course it is.
This is Manny G?
Manny G.
From wait a minute, from Argo Place, Nanuet, New York, 10954?
Actually, it's Crabapple Lane.
I'm sorry. That's right. You were on Crabapple Lane. I know who this is.
Yeah, Manny, you couldn't have texted him directly. You had to call into the show. It's a little awkward.
I haven't used your cell phone number in 20 years.
Well, Manny, you can call me. Manny, you can call or text me anytime. All right. So, Manny, what do you like?
lovely.
What do you like to do by yourself?
Your father got me into this, listening to music.
Oh yeah, that's right. My dad used to check out. He had his quadraphonic stereo up in Nanuet, and he had his Koss big giant headphones, which are probably the reason why I wear my Koss Pro 4 AA's today. Probably because of my dad. Manny, I love it.
Sennheisers.
Hey, Manny, yeah, Sennheisers are great headphones as well. Manny, keep in touch, man. You got my cell phone number. It hasn't changed since 1995. Give me a call.
Will do, Todd.
All right, buddy.
Where's
Have a
your
good one.
dad? Your dad. I'm going down to listen to Count Basie now.
MJ, call Manny from Crab's Lane.
Crabapple Lane.
Whatever.
They lived at the corner of Crabapple Lane and Argo Place in Nanuet. Very good friends of my family. My mom and dad are still good friends with Manny's parents. And when I saw Manny on the call screen, I'm like, what if that's Manny from Nanuet? And he lives in St. Pete now.
It's awfully needy of Manny to say you haven't called me in 20 years. I mean,
Hey,
he's got some issues.
Dawn is in Bradenton. Hey, Dawn, MJ Morning Show, you're up. What do you like to do by yourself?
Good morning. I feel a little guilty even saying this on the radio.
Okay.
I like to, on days that I'm feeling lucky, I love to go to the grocery store and tell my husband, I need to go pick up some shampoo. I need to run to the store, pick something up. And then I'll get cash back off my card and make it like it's for the groceries. And I'll go buy scratch off and I'll drive around and sit in parking lots and scratch them off.
You're a secret scratcher.
I am, and I'll go from place to place until I lose. I'll cash them in and buy more. And
You better make sure you wash your hands good and get all that silver dust off them before your husband busts you.
This is turning out better than I thought it was. What did you say, Rox? I'm sorry.
I said she needs to go wash her hands so she gets all the silver dust
that's
off her fingers.
Yeah, you ever get busted? You go home and you got all that silver, like waxy scratcher crap all over your fingernails.
Yes, and so I have to clean my fingernails before I go in the house.
So you make a conscious effort to do that.
I do, because it looks like I'm addicted or something. I'm not though, but
Wow.
Might be addicted to camels as well. I don't know.
but sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. I'll come home in the hole, or sometimes I come home with cash and I'll go.
All right, so wait a minute. How long have you spent away from the home doing your secret scratching, going from place to place, buying lottery tickets?
Sometimes it's about an hour. It depends how much I win.
And what is the most you've ever won by secret scratching?
$50,000.
Whoa! But 50? You got a $50,000 scratcher?
Yes, my husband gave me $20 for gas, and it was one day. It was a few years back. He gave me $20 for gas, and I needed cigarettes, so I went and bought one pack of cigarettes and one $10 scratch off. And I was sitting in front of my job. I drove to my job. It was dark, and it was 5:30 in the morning, and I was scratching off this $10 scratch off, and it said I won $50,000. I had to get out of the car, go around to the headlights, and look for sure if it was really a $50,000.
And did you tell your husband that you won 50 grand?
He made me come back home and give him the ticket, so I didn't go cash it in with the house.
That is incredible. Hey, thanks for the call. I appreciate it, Dawn.
You're welcome. Have a great day, you guys.
All right, Marilyn is next in Tampa. Hey, Marilyn, MJ Morning Show. Go ahead.
Good morning. I like to go shopping by myself.
That makes sense.
Any kind of shopping. Grocery shopping, clothes shopping, whatever. I like to go shopping by myself.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Marilyn. We're asking folks, after Roxanne confessed that she loves to once a week go to a fast food place, take out, and eat it in her car, in her garage, or sneak into the house, lock the bedroom door, and eat fast food in her bedroom. And that's what...
Not in the bed on my...
In the bedroom. Yeah,
Yes.
not in the
and
bed.
That's what's precipitated me asking folks to call in and say, hey, what do you like to do all by yourself?
Do you scarf it down, Roxanne, or do you at least enjoy it?
No, I enjoy it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are you,
both.
are you
Kind of both.
savoring every bite? Like,
Yeah.
oh, my.
And it's weird.
Oh.
good.
It
What-
tastes better.
What was
It
that
just-
movie with Bill Murray? What about Bob,
What about
right?
Bob?
The only way to describe what I did to my PDQ fries yesterday is making love.
You made love
What?
to your PDQ waffle
They were so
fries?
good.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
They are
You should have just eaten them.
Yeah, PDQ does have the best waffle fries in the business, without a doubt.
All right. You really just should have consumed them. You should not have gotten romantically involved with your fries.
Hey, and I mentioned Bill Murray. That's a whole... Have you been following the Bill Murray stories?
Yeah, they're trying to cancel him.
Apparently,
now.
like
Yeah,
Bill Murray,
I love him.
he's being accused of being a terror. If we have time today, we'll get into that.
I'm more concerned with what Roxanne did to the chicken tenders.
Let me finish up. Jeff is in Tampa. 3 more calls or so, maybe 4. Jeff in Tampa, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning. Roxanne made me think of I love a shower beer. After you've been out in the yard or doing something hot, there's nothing better than taking a beer with you in the shower.
So
Yeah, there you
hot,
go.
Wait a minute. Hot shower, cold beer?
Oh, yeah. Well, not hot shower, but just in the shower after you've been out in the hot.
Yeah, you're all hot and taking a cool shower, cold
Sounds
shower.
like a country song.
Taking a cold shower with a cold beer. Somebody
Hot
tell me.
shower with a cold beer.
Steaming hot shower with an ice cold beer.
Yeah.
Somebody tell Neon Johnson.
I got the soap and I'm cleaning my rear.
Oh, hey. We got ourselves a rider.
Thanks, Jeff.
We
All
got
right.
ourselves a
James in Wesley Chapel. James, what do you like to do by yourself?
Yeah, it was when Walking Dead first came out. You know, I'm always fascinated with zombie movies since I was a kid. But I didn't want my kids to watch. They were see I was young, so I put them to bed on a Sunday night, and I sneak into the den by myself and watch it. So for like at least 2 years, they didn't know I was doing it.
There you go, James. Thank you, buddy. All right, Brad in Lakeland. What do you like to do by yourself?
So I live up by the Disney area, and as much as I love hanging out with my family and my wife, I go over to the Disney parks or Universal probably 5 out of 7 days a week, and I love just being by myself.
Whoa. Wait a minute. What? You go to Disney or Universal 5 out of 7 days a week?
Yeah, well, actually, that's this year. Before COVID, we moved down here in 2018. Before COVID, I was at the parks 7 days a week, and at the end of the year, I confirmed that by asking them to run my annual pass to tell me how many days out of the year. And out of the entire year, I was there 350 some days out of 365 days.
Oh my God! So you buy the annual pass and you get in whenever you want.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you
how
do?
much? How much is an annual Universal Pass?
The Universal Pass literally is about a third of what the Disney Pass.
So how much is the Universal Pass?
I think as a resident and a renewal this past year, I think it was around $530 with tax.
Well, that makes a lot of sense if you're going 5 out of 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And then how much is the Disney annual pass?
The Disney Pass, depending on the tier, and I bought the top tier. I think it was around $13.75, and I think every year obviously Disney's been going higher and higher.
Yeah, they just raised prices again. I think Disney just raised it to like $104.
Where do you live?
For the daily.
Yeah.
He lives in Lakeland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, gosh.
Yeah, it's
No,
pretty.
no. I work for FedEx in Lakeland, but I live right in the Disney bubble in Reunion.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
What
All right.
is that?
Hey, Brad, thanks for the call. All right. Mark, look, the phones keep coming in on this. I got to end this at some point.
What kind of a freak was that guy?
Can you imagine? Hey, don't call him a freak.
He's a Disney fan.
I mean, it's one thing if he said he went once, I don't know, a week, but he goes every day.
I mean, what's left to do after 100 visits?
Quite impressive. Marco, what do you like to do by yourself?
Good morning, guys. Yes, right here. I live in Apollo Beach, and for some reason there's this, I don't know what is it called, Tico hydroelectric plant, whatever, and I like to go like once a week in the morning, about sunrise, and just stay there looking at the doggone freaking Max looking place. It's really, I don't know.
All right.
Comforting.
Nice. Okay. Well, listen. Yeah, the Tico plant down at Apollo Beach. In the right time of year, you see all kinds of manatees.
Yeah,
right?
I go there to watch Fester.
Yeah.
Yes, this is actually the time of the year that the manatees are out.
Yeah, when it gets colder, they like the warm water from the plant. Hey, thank you, Marco. All right. So look what you started, Roxanne, all because you like to eat fast food once a week in your garage.
Yeah, some people text that they liked their guilty pleasures watching our show, like at the end of the day, watching it on YouTube.
Look at that. Have you heard about the pasta? Oh, you know what? Before I get too far away, remember we were talking about the UPS pilot, and we were talking about Big Brown or whatever they call it. Or Brown. What can Brown?
Just
Right.
Brown.
All right, folks. This story came out a couple of days ago. A British Airways passenger reportedly stripped from their waist down and went to the bathroom on the floor on the airplane and then smeared themselves with it and then charged at other passengers with it, wiped it on the carpets and the curtains in the cabin because, they have on the wide body jets, or even on a single aisle. You have usually that curtain that separates the coach area from the first class or business class area. So this was a 777. It was a British Airways 777-300, and it was running from London Heathrow to Lagos, Nigeria. And this guy freaks out.
You think?
Gosh. Oh, my God. And then rumors of this leaked out. So the story got out. I don't know how there was not video of this that didn't make it online, but rumors of the incident started to spread last week. And then a copy of the aircraft maintenance log from British Airways, someone got a hold of it and posted it online explaining what had happened, and it started to go viral. And the logbook reads, during boarding, passenger stripped from the waist down, defecated on the rear galley floor, sat in it, rubbed it into the galley floor, the aisle carpets. Oh, my God. He walked in, and then he walked in it and started running up and down the aisle. He smeared his arms and hands to elbow with, this is horrible. Ran aggressively at passengers, and he was flicking stuff all around door number 4.
Dude, why didn't somebody take this guy out?
Oh, my. Can you imagine that?
Nobody wants to get near him.
Was he just released from prison or something?
I don't know.
What's wrong with this person?
I was just going to say, I would have knocked that guy out, but he's covered and I'm not getting near him.
That is unbelievable. So
it's disgusting.
It's a crazy story. And then this is going to be a very smooth segue.
Something
How
smooth.
could it not be? Yeah.
This is a very, very smooth segue into the pasta lawsuit. Have you seen this? There is a class action lawsuit against Barilla. You know, it's the blue box. You see it in the supermarkets all over the place. And Barilla is advertised as Italy's #1 pasta. But there's a lawsuit over allegedly misleading claims and misleading consumers into believing that the pasta is made in Italy. And they have the Italian flag colors of green and white and red. And on the box, on I think all the items, it says Italy's #1 brand of pasta, Barilla. But when Barilla first came to the United States years ago, I mean, this is like probably 25, 30 years, long time ago, originally the Barilla pasta was made in Italy and imported here. But this goes back to the year 2000. Michelle and I were on a road trip. We were driving in Iowa, and it was absolutely the year 2000. It was just before Chloe was conceived and born. And we were in Iowa, and I remember seeing a Barilla factory in Iowa.
Okay.
We were on the whatever the big interstate is going through Iowa where there's a Barilla factory. I'm like, hey, look.
I-80?
Look, it might have been.
I-80, home of the big truck stop. Iowa 80.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw a Barilla plant in Iowa back in 2000.
All right. So it clearly says on the box, if you read, made in the USA.
It does. All right. So originally Barilla was all import. I think they still import. There are some shapes that still get imported, but most of the spaghetti, the macaroni, the rigatoni, the penne, most of the pasta is made. Bow ties. Made in the United States. They've got a couple of plants. They've got a plant in Iowa, which I saw that 20 years ago, 22 years ago now. And they also have a plant up in New York. And a federal judge earlier this week denied Barilla's motion to dismiss the class action lawsuit, accusing the company of misrepresenting its products. Judge Donna Ryu found that the company's phrase, Italy's #1 brand of pasta, could mislead consumers to believe that the pasta is made in Italy. In addition to the phrase, Barilla features the green, red, and white colors of the Italian flag on the signature blue boxes, which is something we just pointed out. So this lawsuit, this class action lawsuit, gets to go on. And then there's a whole history of Barilla here. In the original complaint, Matthew Sinatro and Jessica Prost said that because of how the company's products are advertised, they purchased multiple boxes of Barilla spaghetti and angel hair pasta under the belief that it was made in Italy with Italian ingredients.
It says on the box, made in the USA.
Yeah. So the front of the box says Italy's #1 pasta with the Italian flag colors. But if you look at the side panel where they have the nutrition information and the ingredients, it does say made in USA. It does.
Made at the Ames, Iowa factory off I-35.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, buddy.
So we passed right by that factory in the year 2000, 22 years ago, Michelle and I. I even said, hey, look, Barilla. And I was like, I thought I think I even probably commented. I thought that pasta was made in Italy.
No, it's just Italy's #1 brand.
But I think maybe around that time is when they started opening up. I think that might have been their first U.S. factory. Listen, Barilla's not a bad product. I mean, Barilla, you've got the Checo, for, kind of the store brands. Like like Ronzoni and, come on, folks, get good pasta. But I do buy Italian pasta, and I only buy bronze die cut Italian imported air dried pasta, like Rusticella de Abruzzo.
Yeah, nobody's suing that company.
Right. I mean, because it's imported from Italy, and it's more expensive. It is, but it's worth it. I made the spaghetti. Did you see the spaghetti on my Instagram that I made with my homemade pomodoro with imported San Marzano real DOP tomatoes?
How could we not have seen it?
All right, if you want to see the video of me making the most incredible pomodoro sauce, if you want the recipe, it's on that as well. I have the recipe online. Go to my Instagram. I'm Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio, and give me a follow. But I also put the prepared product, the finished product of the spaghetti twirled perfectly into a pasta dish with basil leaves on top.
You really think you're some kind of chef,
Yeah, I'll
don't
tell you
you?
what, man. With the way grocery prices are going, I'll just boil some toenail clippings and feed that to the
Oh,
kids.
my God.
There you go,
Anyway.
kids.
All right, but listen, seriously, folks, if you want good pasta, not that Barilla's a bad, it's okay.
It's a store-bought, it's a pasta.
But if you really care about pasta, you want to get a real Italian. The key is you want the package to say bronze die cut because it's a rougher edge. It's just a better experience. Okay. So Rusticella de Abruzzo, Rumo, I think even Rayo's. Look for
Are you done?
Molisani, I think, is another one.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to give out some advice for pasta.
Listen,
I'm doing a pasta
Like
story.
Rain Man
I'm
about pasta.
doing a lawsuit story about pasta that they think is made in Italy and it's made in the U.S.
Bubba Gump.
Yeah, and listen.
What if we combined your two favorite topics, pasta and planes?
Jeez,
Pasta on a plane.
I'll start a new restaurant. Pasta on a plate. Yes, Andrew.
I think I'm going to stick with Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
There
no
you
kidding,
go.
right?
Look at that.
Price of groceries these days, go out and find this pasta. No.
So heads up, we got a class action lawsuit that's headed to court because they think that Barilla is being deceptive with their #1 Italian pasta brand on the front of the box when it's either made in Ames, Iowa, or somewhere in upstate New York.
Okay, so question.
Yes.
Is Barilla really Italy's #1 brand of pasta, regardless of where this is made?
I believe that. I
don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah, in Italy, when I go to Italy, and we like to go to Italy, when we go in a supermarket, I see Barilla all over the shelves there. Absolutely. So it definitely is there.
I mean, it clearly says in English on the side
On
of
the side
box,
panel.
made in USA with USA and imported ingredients.
So I think what they're saying is that the front of the box should say Italy's #1 brand of pasta, but this happens to be made in Iowa. That's probably what they want printed on the box.
A little cumbersome.
It's on. I don't know. I mean, what's the damages here? You're gonna get your $3 back? What are they suing Barilla for?
Because when you do a class action, it's for all of the millions of people around the country that might have been deceived or duped into thinking that the pasta came from Italy.
Yes, I bought Barilla 8 years ago, and I'm really butthurt about it still.
All right, do you remember the daycare center that scared the crap out of the kids?
I thought that's the one you were going to talk about. Yeah.
What do you mean
horrifying.
you thought that was the one?
Because you said daycare center, and I immediately pictured these awful.
She immediately had a reaction, so she was hoping she was right.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that?
Hey, Andrew, can you do me a favor? The air conditioning just came on in our studio.
Okay.
Can you make a note of the time? It's 8:42. And the AC, is that part of the problem? Is there a timer that the air conditioning is, that it's not on and they're sweating us out from 6 until 8:42 in the morning? Yeah, our studio, folks, is a sauna. All right, so we got to talk about these daycare center workers, and we ought to take calls on Adderall.
It's scarce.
Yeah. All right, so is this real? There's this story about Adderall being in short supply. We ought to take the Adderall calls. What do you think?
I know a guy who's on the Addies, and
We ought to try to get some of the pilled up South Tampa mommies to call in. See if they're having trouble getting their
On the
Adderalls down.
Addies? Is that what it
They
is?
have
What? What'd you say?
I said I have a friend who's on the Addies. The Adderall.
Adderall.
The
Adderall.
Addies, yeah,
All right.
sure.
Folks, hold on to that thought. We got a lot of stuff coming up next in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. I want to... 5, it is 8:52. MJ and the crew here. A lot to do, and you know how I feel about Fridays, Froggy, is I hate to leave good MJ morning show material on the table.
Of course.
Because then I kind of stew all weekend. Man, I wish we would have done that. Wish we would have done that. We should have gotten to this. So, all right, couple of things here. The daycare workers at that daycare in Mississippi, they're in trouble. Not only were they fired. So if you remember, when did we do the story, Roxanne? How long ago was this?
I'm going to say about 2 weeks ago.
And it was a daycare center where the workers, 5 workers at a kiddie daycare center, were scaring the crap out of the little kids. And they were putting on those kind of bent, twisted scream masks. You know, those white masks with the contorted, stretched out, curved face.
Yeah, the scream masks.
Yeah.
And it's not like they were scaring them and weren't aware of what they were doing. They were getting hysterical reactions from the children.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, how do you think a kid's going to react if you're going, ah, and you got a scream mask on, you got a little 4-year-old at a daycare center?
You're going to probably scar some of them for life.
Oh, you think?
Like people who watch Jaws when they're a kid. They never go in the ocean again. These kids are screwed.
Yeah, that's Michelle.
Yeah, that is Michelle.
That's my wife.
Incidents like that as a kid?
My wife was taken to Jaws in like 1975. She was 5 years old. Seriously. Michelle was born in 1970, and she was taken to Jaws like in the summer of 75 at 5 years old. I don't even think she was 5 yet. I think she was still like, because she turned 5 like in September of 1975.
Just watching people
when did Jaws come out? I think I've got the time
74,
right.
I thought.
No, I think Jaws was summer of 75, if I'm not mistaken.
Jaws was released in June of 75.
There we go. June 20. So Michelle was not even 5, and her parents took her to Jaws.
Her neighbor?
What? No, I thought it was the neighbor. The neighbor did something else to her. I forgot what that.
Oh, God.
All right. No, but Michelle hates the ocean. She doesn't want to go in any water where she can't see the bottom of her feet. That's her deal. All right. So these daycare workers are now ex-daycare workers, but guess what? It's now gotten even a little worse for them because they've been charged with child abuse charges now.
Good.
5 former Mississippi daycare workers have been hit with child abuse felony charges now.
Yeah.
After the video went viral showing them scaring kids with a scream mask at the Lil Blessings Child Care and Learning Center in Hamilton, Mississippi.
Okay, I could see one person doing something stupid, but what are the odds that you have 5 people in childcare who have no judgment on how to act around children?
Would you like to know who the 5 are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sierra McCandless.
Okay.
Okie Anna Kilburn.
Oh, Okie.
Jennifer Newman.
Newman.
Hello, Newman.
Newman.
Cheyenne Shelton were each charged with 3 counts of felony child abuse.
Yeah, you're right, Roxanne. How does not one of them go, hey, guys, this might be a little too far. The kids are hysterical, crying.
You remember the audio?
Yeah, I don't want to listen to it because it's okay.
I mean, it's tough to listen. I'm sorry, but I mean, it's
for real.
Hold on, did you say don't play it?
Yeah, don't play it.
Poor babies.
We're an audio medium here. What do you mean don't play? What do you mean, mime it?
Just imagine.
Do sign language over here?
Just trust MJ. The kids were screaming.
Guess what? This is a felony right here.
Yeah, child endangerment.
Multiple felony counts.
The teachers are crying now.
I mean, what do they think they're doing? I mean, there's video of them walking around with the scream mask, going up to kids and going like, blah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. This is difficult. But I've got 2 more minutes of it.
All right, leave
it.
it.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm not going to play 2 more minutes.
I personally know my kids' preschool teachers, and they are the sweetest, nicest. I mean, sometimes they're stern because you got to keep the little duckies
Until
in
they
line.
put the scream mask on right after lunch.
This is probably one of those side road houses that they say is a daycare.
Unless you want to do the rest of the segment yourself. I'm walking out if you play the audio again. Seriously. So we don't need.
Play it again. So just leave.
All right, go ahead, boys.
He's just walking out. Fester's walking.
Why did you say see you later, boys?
Can you give me a coffee?
Fester, get your Hawaiian shirt ass back in here. Come on. Sit down. All
Poor
right, so
kids.
felony counts.
Listen, we have kids though that age,
Hey.
not all. I mean, sort of close. And
It's all fun and games with the screen mask until you hit with 3 felony counts, huh?
So there had to have been the 5 of them getting together saying, hey, it's Halloween in Mississippi. Let's scare the kids. Let's give the kids a hoot and holler.
sounds like they were enjoying scaring the kids
Yeah.
in some weird way.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Halloween, I have a Halloween candy story that we'll get to in just a bit. Stand by. First, though, do you believe that there's an Adderall shortage? Now, I'm not on Adderall. Many have suggested that I probably do need to be on something.
I don't think you need it. I mean, you're pretty.
I think you're the poster
intense.
child
No,
for
no.
Adderall, but
No,
you're natural.
People have said that I need to be on focus medication.
Yeah.
Isn't Adderall? It's a focus medication.
Adderall helps you like focus and
Yeah,
dial in
right.
on what you're doing.
Yeah, but it's like speed too, isn't it? It jacks you up.
Yeah, well, Ritalin, Adderall, right. Well, the story is that there's allegedly a nationwide shortage of Adderall, and patients who rely on Adderall for ADHD are having a hard time. Listen,
I'm afflicted with that.
You're what?
I'm afflicted with that.
Yeah. So I definitely have ADHD.
I think our society causes us to have it because we're bombarded with all these
But
multitasking tasks.
Have you been tested for it, MJ?
I have never been tested for it, but
That's why I have to leave during every commercial because I can't sit here. I can't do
I
it.
stand here for 4 hours.
Well, then you don't have ADHD apparently.
No, Michelle says I've got. Hang on a minute. Michelle says I got.
I think it presents differently in different people. I mean, I have to walk out during every commercial break because I can't stand Froggy. I'm like, ugh. I know. Sorry. Call Michelle?
Call Michelle.
Okay.
She says that
I was on Ritalin when I was a kid.
Were you?
Yeah.
You were on Ritalin as a kid?
I was really hyperactive, apparently.
Blah, blah.
Where the heck's Michelle?
At the tone, please
I got
record your
addicted. I
message.
snort it now.
I don't know where Michelle is. Hang on. Let me try the cell phone.
Press pound for further options.
How many options does she have?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's find out.
Let me call Michelle on a cell phone. Maybe she's in the shower.
Ooh, yeah.
Will you st-
What?
will
I'm
you
sorry.
stop
I
it?
didn't even think you'd hear that.
It's a legitimate possibility, and Froggy was just agreeing.
What are you saying over there?
Leave a message.
All right.
She's like.
No, but trust me
pick
and
it up.
Fester have known you quite a bit of time, and we know that you're very ADHD-ish.
So people are having problems filling their prescriptions, obviously.
Well, I want to go to phones on this. Let me ask our listeners. Let's do the Adderall call. All call Adderall. Are you having trouble? Hang on, Michelle just sent me a text. I'm in a meeting. Oh, Michelle's in a meeting.
A meeting?
I don't know what kind of meeting she's in. What kind of meeting? It's 9:00 in the morning. You're drooling on your pillow still at this time in the morning. All right. So I want to go to phones. Are you on Adderall, and do you concur? I concur. Do you concur that there is an Adderall shortage? Are you having trouble filling an Adderall prescription? All right, 800-990-1047.
Okay, I want to commandeer a little bit.
Well, can I commandeer after I give out the phone number? All right, 800-990-1047. So listen, this is a very specific ask. So I'm talking
Not
to people.
really. We're going to get 1,000 people who are on Adderall.
People abuse that stuff.
It's a really widely used product.
So are you a pharmacist? Are you a user? Is there really an Adderall shortage? What is going on? Are you not able to get your pills filled? 800-990-1047.
Okay, you're asking the obvious question, are you not able to get your pills filled? But what I took from this story that I found also quite interesting and broader is the large number of people who take Adderall. And from what I understand, Adderall consumption or prescriptions went up quite a bit during the pandemic. So more people are taking it now than ever.
Right.
I saw something to that effect.
I have a friend who said they took it once and they got more work done than they've ever got done in their life because they were just like, gotta keep working. Like it makes you like really, I don't know, aggressive for work.
That's like speed, isn't
focus. I think it makes you focus too.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of focus on what you're doing.
I think a lot of college kids take it for studying and stuff like that.
So study pills, but I've also heard that, I guess I kind of know, that half the mommies in South Tampa are all pilled up on Adderall or something similar for like weight loss as well.
So,
or to maintain weight.
Have you ever had a bunch of things to do, but you couldn't wrap your head around any of it and get none of it done?
Yes.
Yeah, I
This
think
solves that problem.
So an Adderall would help you break it down. And
how are you, Mr. Pharmacist, over here all of a sudden?
Because
what are you, Freddie Pharmacist?
I have a gold platinum membership on Good RX, and it says what it does. It helps you focus.
Oh, so you're reading off of Good RX?
Yeah.
You ever
helps you focus?
Yeah, you ever just like, okay, I've got to do
Look at
this.
the phones. Every line is jammed. Hang on, we'll take your Adderall call in just a minute.
I've got to do this web post, okay? And then like all of a sudden 10 minutes later, I find myself on Instagram and I'm just doing other stuff. And I'm like, wait, Roxanne, you sat down to do this. Why are you doing this?
So are you pilled up? Do you take Adderall?
No, I don't. But Adderall would
What
solve
medications
that
are you
problem.
on?
None.
Let's take a walk through your medicine chest.
None. I take a prenatal vitamin. That's it.
All right.
It's like me. It's why I don't read books. I can't retain the information. I'm incapable.
Well, then take an Adderall.
I don't want to take an Adderall.
So
Then
wait a
I'll get
minute.
addicted to it.
Hold on. You were on Ritalin as a kid?
Yes, I was very hyperactive. Very.
So why did it stop? Because you still have problems.
Well, I'm not as bad as I used to be. Like I was.
You're not that good either.
Let's go to the Adderall lines.
I think this whole conversation sounds like a bunch of people who need to be on Adderall.
We all do. All right. Edward in Zephyr Hills. Hey, Ed, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
How you doing, MJ?
Hey, buddy.
So with the Adderall and the Ritalin and everything, I was on medication for almost 20 years, and I've been on it. I was on it since I was like 5, and I had no other choice but to take it because I agree with Fester, Froggy, and Roxanne. I was extremely hyperactive. I could not stay still. My mom worried that I would never be able to get anything under control.
All right, so why do you come off of Ritalin or Adderall? Did you correct or you don't need it as an adult?
I never, when I graduated high school is where everything started, coming into place for me, where I was like, you know what, I can learn how to control it.
That's good.
But I don't want to. But I don't want to take my
you can control it, so you still want to be just a floppy, sloppy mess.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, because people can
all over the place.
People who have it can do a variety of things.
Hey, Edward, what do you do for a living?
I'm a Amazon delivery driver out in Lakeland.
Oh, nice.
All right. I mean, do you have trouble finding the houses, or are you in good shape?
Oh, I'm pretty good because I'm pretty straightforward. As long as I got numbers and I can match it to everything else, my mind works at 100 miles an hour, so I just move at everything.
There you go, Edward. Thank you, buddy. Let's grab Amanda. Amanda's next on the MJ Morning Show. Amanda, are you having trouble finding Adderall?
No. I've been on it for 15 years. I don't have no problem with it.
How old are you now, Amanda?
I'm 35.
So you've been on it since you were 20?
Yes. And it was something I never thought that I would need.
Who diagnosed you, and why did you go on Adderall in the first place?
I had trouble concentrating.
Mhm.
I couldn't get stuff done. I was scatterbrained. I would start one project, then go on to another project, onto another, not ever finishing the first thing.
That's what Roxanne had brought up a little while ago. And did Adderall focus you?
It helped focus me, but then, there's downsides. I'd get constipated. There were nights I couldn't go to sleep. I pulled myself off and took a different route instead.
What route did you take? Did you take 98 instead of 301? What'd you take?
No, I actually went to medical marijuana, and it has helped me more than what the Adderall has. But I agree with, I think it was Froggy that mentioned it. If you're not supposed to be on Adderall, it is like taking meth. You will run yourself ragged.
All right, so you're not taking Adderall at all anymore?
Nope, not no more.
When did you stop?
5 years ago.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen. So now you're smoking doobs, and that works for you?
Yes, with certain strands. If I smoke anything indica, it'll make me go to sleep. But if I smoke something on a sativa level, I can concentrate. I can get stuff done. I could eat. I won't stay up all night.
Wow.
It works way better for me that way, but everybody's different.
Amanda, thank you. Andrew, two good calls, but are any of these calls I kind of asked for, is anyone having trouble getting Adderall? Any of these calls for that, Andrew? All right, let me grab Jesse in Wesley Chapel. Jesse, MJ Morning Show, hi.
Hi there. Good morning. Yes, my son has ADHD and Tourette syndrome.
And is he on Adderall?
He was on it. I'm not having problems because I took him off about a year and a half ago. We decided to take it off and just go natural.
Okay.
But yes, he was diagnosed with actually both. And we noticed he started losing weight. He would not sleep in his own.
That's a byproduct of some of these pills is you lose weight. Is your son okay now, Jesse?
Yes, amen. He is doing great with all the natural things I've been doing with him. Meditation, essential oils, making sure that he goes to bed on time. That is crucial for people with ADHD.
All right, good enough. Hey, Jesse, thanks for the advice. Best of luck with your son. All right, so now Andrew's telling me that he's marked the calls that are actually what I asked for, and that was...
You asked for a lot of things, but
I asked for people that are having... Because the story is there's an Adderall shortage.
Right.
And some patients can't get it because there's like a shortage nationwide. All right, here we go. Denise is in Bradenton. Denise, MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hi.
Denise, are you on Adderall or somebody you know?
Yes, I am.
All right, are you?
I am taking Adderall. Yes, I have had. I've been waiting for 7 weeks to get a refill.
Oh my God! And are you out? You have no more Adderall?
Nope.
And you've been out of Adderall for about 7 weeks, and they can't refill it?
Yeah, they said that there was a supply shortage. I get it through Walgreens, and they're supposed to be getting a truck in this week, and they're going to call me.
Got a big old truck of Adderall coming in.
Yeah.
Now, what about,
ma'am? Do you have any side effects when you couldn't get it?
Well, yeah, you do go through side effects, and I've had to wait on it before. Earlier in the summer, we had a problem getting it.
All right, so what happens when you're not on Adderall? What are you experiencing now?
When you don't have it, you just can't. You go back resuming to the same symptoms that you had before you took it.
All right, and those are for you. What do you need it for? What do you don't do well?
I have ADHD.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so it kind of sucks not having your... What about other medications? What about, some of the other pills that I've heard of are like Ritalin or Concerta or what's it, Foculin or something.
Did you make that up, Foculin?
No, seriously.
I've had Strattera before. Strattera doesn't help me.
All right.
I used to take Ritalin when I was in my 20s, but I had better effectiveness with Adderall.
All right. Anyway, hey, listen, now the phone calls are finally getting screened where I want them, people that are having trouble. Mike is in Brandon and is in the pharmaceutical industry. Hey, Mike, let me grab you, and then I'll get to all these other calls that are having trouble. Mike, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning, MJ.
Good morning, Mike. All right, so what do you know about the Adderall shortage?
God, man, you know that DEA, right?
Yes. Well, first of all, what do you do in the pharmaceutical industry?
Well, I work for the CVS pharmacy. I fill prescriptions and hand them out and give them to customers and stuff. So I understand the influx and the flow of the medication.
Okay, all right. So what were you saying about it?
Well, down. So here recently, we done had that. It's more of like a pandemic with drugs and narcotics and controlled substances. So the DEA is cracking down on controls and narcotics. So it's making it harder for individuals to get their prescriptions filled that have been filling them the past 10, 20 years because it shows a sign of abuse, and they're trying to stop all that.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It's I myself. I used to take.
So are you a pharmacist?
Now, well, I'll just say that. Well, for my license and everything, I can't answer that question, but I can tell you that.
Okay,
you can tell us if you're a pharmacist.
All right.
You're not a secret agent, sir.
Is Mike putting us on?
It might be. All right. He's right, though. Listen, MJ, the DEA has been cracking down on people getting pain medications and things and opiates that help people with pain that other people have abused.
Brian's in Tampa. Brian, Adderall, having trouble?
Oh, very much, man. I've actually got suspended from work because I can't function at work.
Whoa. Wow. Okay, so Brian, how long have you been on Adderall?
I started taking it when I was 14, and I'm 44. So,
All right, so 30 years. Wow. And so you got suspended from work because you couldn't focus because you can't get Adderall because there's a shortage.
Right.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a mechanic.
And are you back to work or are you still under suspension?
No, I got a letter from my doctor now. So I took some family leave until this can get rectified. But
all right, so what was it at work that they were angry at? What were you not doing at work because you didn't have your Adderall?
Some of the machines I work on, it's like heavy equipment stuff, and I would start a project and leave it, go to another one, and just I kept leaving things in shambles. I couldn't stay focused on one thing.
Is there any other pill that your doctor can put you on?
No, that's going to help me. But I think we found a loophole, and this might be beneficial for your listeners. Like me particularly, I take 40 milligrams in the morning, 20 in the afternoon, so 60 total throughout the day.
Yep.
We did find a loophole where a lot of these pharmacies they will have the 10 milligram ones, and they can your doctor can write a different prescription for the 10 milligram instead of 20. But that also doubles the pills, which some of the insurance companies will only allow you to have so many.
Yep, I got you. Yeah, I know what that's like. Our insurance, our Aetna policy here, like for the acid reflux medication for omeprazole, they want to let you have like 80 pills a year, and it's like, wait a minute, what about the other 300 or the other
I can't get that stuff.
What about the other 280 days that you need to take a pill?
Yeah.
So hey buddy, Brian, thank you.
Oh,
buddy.
wait, Brian, I have some.
Go ahead.
I don't know if this is good advice or not. I'm not a doctor or a pharmacist, but if you maybe could go in a different route, like try one of those natural supplements. Like I saw the other day at a health food store, lion's mane extract. It's like from mushrooms or something. Ask your doctor if you can take a natural supplement while you're waiting.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Some eye of newt, or maybe maybe you can run around with that's burning sage or something. I don't know. Let's grab Brad. Yeah, Brad is in St. Pete. Hey, Brad, MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hey, MJ. What am I thinking? MJ, right?
All right, goodbye, Brad.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Adderall withdrawal.
All
Adderall
right,
withdrawal.
all right.
All right, Brad, you putting us on, Brad?
What's that?
You're putting us on, Brad?
A little bit, just there. But
Yeah.
I haven't been able to get Adderall for about 2 months now.
All right. So for real?
And yes, for real. There's if you want to have the best chance that you can have of getting it, is not to go to Walgreens or to CVS or Publix anymore, but to find the mom and pop places.
Yeah.
That still have them.
There you go.
Or switch to a different brand: Ritalin, Vyvanse, Focalin, Concerta.
For somebody who just said she's not a doctor, you're giving an awful lot of medical advice. Stop. She's reading the text lines that come in. A texter can say, "Roxanne, tell them to start ingesting cow poop," and Roxanne will repeat it. I'm not a doctor, but start ingesting cow poop.
Jessica's in St. Pete. Jessica, I got to wrap this up because I got more to do here. But Jessica, we're talking Adderall. Apparently there's a nationwide shortage of Adderall.
I will be real quick. So I do not have ADHD. I have a 9-year-old son that has ADHD. His father has it. His grandmother has it. We had to switch we ended up having to not only go to a mom and pop pharmacy, shout out Gulfport Pharmacy. They make sure that we have it because we're an established patient. You cannot jump around pharmacies because they will not give them to you. We also had to switch milligram and go from, again, he's 9 years old. So instead of 10 milligrams once a day, they moved us to 5 milligrams twice a day. And we were able to find it once we changed the dosage. But we don't give it to him on the weekends and not during the summer, basically just during the week. I'm trying to have him learn to use his brain the way that it is. But during the school week, he absolutely needs it.
Got you loud and clear. Hey, best of luck. Best of luck. We appreciate you calling, Jessica.
Have a great day.
You too. All right, so the Food and Drug Administration announced that the shortage is because one of the largest producers is experiencing intermittent manufacturing delays and that other makers cannot keep up with demand.
Wow.
Some patients say the announcement was belated. So some patients, we're hearing this right now on the phone. Some patients are saying that the announcement from the FDA was belated, an acknowledgement of a reality that they've been facing for months. Pharmacies unable to fill their orders and anxiety about whether they will run out of the medication needed to manage their daily lives. Experts say it's also often difficult for patients to access Adderall, a stimulant that's tightly regulated as a controlled substance because of high potential abuse. Medical management generally requires monthly doctor visits for the medication management, and there have been other shortages in recent years. All right. Listen, the phones, my God, the phones, every line has been ringing now for
Doesn't this show like how abused this drug is? by
Yeah,
some
yeah,
people?
that's a
Or
great
how
point.
widely used it is.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think it means it's abused. It
No.
means it's widely used. Yes.
I do think it's overdiagnosed, to Froggy's point, and I'll give you an example. I once talked to a psychiatrist, and she said the way to tell if you have ADHD or not, the difference, if you say, I can't focus, and someone sends you to a deserted island, and you feel relaxed, and you come back and you're relaxed and refreshed, you do not have ADHD. But if you go to the deserted island, and you build a theme park on the deserted island, you have ADHD.
Yes. Wait, what?
Greta is. wait, what?
When Roxanne said she wasn't a doctor, she was not kidding.
Greta's in Clearwater. Hey, Greta, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
How are you this morning?
Go ahead, Greta. We're fine.
So, I went to pick up my prescription just this last week, and I take, 30 milligrams in the morning and then 30 at lunch, and they didn't have it. But what they did do is they gave me an extended release that I started taking. It is different, but it's still keeping me on track.
All right, so extended release Adderall.
Yeah.
All right, see your doctor or pharmacist. Hey, Greta, thank you.
People sound
Yeah, you're
addicted
welcome.
to it.
All right, hey, Andrew, no more calls. Andrew's still screening calls there. All right, I'll grab a couple more here. Shane is in Palm Harbor. Shane, MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Sure.
Shane, turn your radio down. Please focus.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead, Shane. You're on.
Yeah, I've been on Adderall for about a year, and
How old are you, Shane?
I'm 50.
All right, and then why did you get put on Adderall at 50?
Well, it was kind of a funny story. My best friend's been on it for a long time, and he gave me a couple to try, and
That is a federal violation.
yes, I know.
All right.
I shouldn't say that, but ultimately, I went straight to my doctor. I'm like, I think I've always had it because I've been hyper, but I've also been, we got to remember, ADHD is hyper-focused as well. I get way too hyper-focused, and someone interrupts, and it's all over. My day's ruined. But it's really helped me, and I also take L-Torzine with the Adderall, and that's made a difference to keep my doses down, and I take 30 twice a day instant.
All right, Shane. Well, sounds like it's working for you, buddy. Thanks. All right, two more calls. That's it. Jonathan in St. Pete. Jonathan, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Yes, hello, MJ. I've been on Adderall for a number of years, and basically, I had an appointment with my doctor Wednesday morning, and we decided because of the Adderall shortage that we'll at least temporarily switch me to Ritalin. So I just got Ritalin filled on Wednesday.
Have you tried it yet?
I've tried it.
And what's the difference between the Adderall and the Ritalin?
I think the Adderall makes me a little bit more alert than the Ritalin does, but the Ritalin's doing the job. I'm on it for I have ADD without the hyperactivity part.
Gotcha.
And being on Adderall or Ritalin also helps me verbally communicate with people. It helps me listen better and talk more fluidly.
Sounds good. Thank you, buddy. All right, one last call, and that's it. My God, I had no idea the phones were going to blow up like this. Dave, Tampa, last word on this. Hello, Dave.
Hello, good morning, MJ.
What's the story?
Well, it's kind of a blessing that Adderall's on the low right now because it actually creates a lot of health issues. It weakens the blood vessels and the wall lining. My father actually had a dissected aneurysm from taking Adderall.
Really?
That's exactly what John Ritter died, and for the same reason.
Wait a minute. John Ritter from Three's Company died from Adderall?
This show's coming full circle.
Or he just...
He was taking Adderall. He died from the dissected aneurysm.
He had a heart attack.
But he wasn't on Adderall though.
Yes, he was on Adderall.
He might have been
he was?
prescribed on Adderall.
Hey, it's the pharmacy delivering the Adderall,
Aortic?
knocking on the door.
Hey,
Yes.
Dave, did you say aortic dissection?
He did.
Okay, so I just typed in, what did John Ritter die of? He died of an
Aortic dissection. That's what he just said.
Okay, so
all right, buddy.
that's right.
Thanks for the
Whoa.
call. I don't know if that doesn't affect everybody, but again, talk to your doctor. All right, that is the end of Adderall pharmaceutical talk here on the MJ
Well-
Morning Show.
Everybody has something to say about it.
Can you believe the number of calls that we took? Can you believe the amount of people that have called? I mean, I can't even take all the calls that phoned in.
I'm just glad our listeners can focus enough to dial us. Thank you.
All
It's
right.
working.
Do you know who Sid is?
There's all kinds of Sids.
Do you know, folks? You're not going to believe who Sid is.
All right.
I'm going to blow your minds. I'm going to tell you who Sid is coming up in just a matter of moments. Also, I got kind of stuck in a voicemail hell yesterday. I think I'll bring that story up. What was that? Andrew's reminding me we've got Howl O Scream tickets. We've got Busch Gardens Howl O Scream tickets coming up. All right, folks, stand by. The last bit of the MJ Morning Show for the week is next. So don't move. Hey, speaking of like spooky stuff, you know that it is on. We got the MJ Morning Show. This is Q105, and I asked the question, who is Sid? Now, Andrew, you... First of all, how do you know the answer to this? I don't know if you really do, but you're indicating that you know who Sid is.
I believe I know the answer.
All right, yeah, don't say a thing, because you...
Wait a minute.
He's got a grin on his face, and he thinks he probably knows.
You're talking about Sid's that syphilis kid we had?
The old intern?
No, we had...
That Sidiot?
We once had an intern on the MJ Morning Show named Sid, and he was a good guy.
He was a good guy. I think he moved to Philly.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's in Detroit.
Detroit, yes, there you go.
Sid, his name was Sid, as in Sydney, and, quickly we gave all interns nicknames, and he became Sidphilus.
Yes.
I'm sure he was so happy about that.
He loved it.
He was. Or who called him Sidiot?
I called him Sidiot a lot.
I mean, he earned that name.
Yeah.
You guys have are you looking this up? Roxanne, you've got a propensity to try to cheat and Google things very quickly here. Were you looking
I've got a reputation for that. No, I have not. I'm doing other stuff right now.
What else are you doing?
Roxanne and I are playing two-player Brick Breaker right now.
Oh, my God. All right, listen. None of you guys know who Sid is, all right?
No.
Are you ready for a hint on who Sid is? Here is your audio hint on who Sid is.
It's a cookie.
No, it's not a cookie.
Not a cookie. Give me a second clue.
Okay, the second clue is that it is something round.
A cookie.
No, it's not a cookie.
Not a cookie. Sorry, third clue.
Third clue?
Just thought it might be cookie off chance.
Yes, no, it's not. The color of this thing is orange.
Something to eat that is round and orange. It's a cookie.
No, it is not a cookie.
All right, so do you know who Sid is now?
That wasn't Sid. That was Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster's real name apparently is Sid.
Really?
Yes.
Don't break down the fifth wall.
I just busted it down, man. You want to talk about Brick Breaker? Yeah. Apparently it's been revealed, and this has never been known. It's never been used, but the Cookie Monster's real name is Sid.
Are they going to start referring to him as Sid in the episodes?
No, apparently not, but I guess there was the sharing of some old scripts or descriptions of the Cookie Monster going back to the old, Jim Henson creation days, and the real name of the Cookie Monster is Sid.
Okay, that's his government name?
Yeah, I mean, on Sid's birth certificate.
So the Cookie Monster has a Twitter account, and the Cookie Monster is at me Cookie Monster. So at ME Cookie Monster, and the Cookie Monster tweeted out, "Did you know me name is Sid, but me still like to be called Cookie Monster."
What? Okay.
Is this like when Elmo was like a kid toucher?
No.
What?
The guy who
that's true.
Yeah, that happened.
The guy that did the Elmo voice, he was in trouble for some kind of
But you're not talking about the voice.
No, the character Cookie
Why
Monster.
are they doing that? His name's Cookie. Last name Monster.
The Cookie Monster's been around since 1969. I remember watching the first episode of Sesame Street when I was
Really?
Yeah. I was like 3 years
You're like,
old.
this is stupid garbage,
No,
Mom.
I
want to learn. Can you put on a show about airplanes?
I loved it. It was 1969, and I was 3 years old, and my mom made a big deal out of, there's a new show coming on TV. There was a lot of hype for Sesame Street.
Really?
And I remember watching with my mom the first episode of Sesame Street ever. And it turns out that if going back to the creation of the character, that the Cookie Monster's name is Sid, and it just has never been revealed.
All right, I have an awful question to ask.
Yes.
Should Cookie Monster be canceled? I mean, all he eats is cookies. He's an overeater. He's promoting obesity.
He's really a glutton.
I mean, really, he is. I mean, one track mind. Give me a cookie.
And who's the one that lives in the trash can?
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah.
He looks like a weed bud. You ever looked at him?
Okay, hold on.
He's literally a bud of weed.
Okay, weed is now illegal. All right, cookies and he's like totally unhealthy for you.
They should both be banned.
Oh, you want cookie?
When you smoke weed, it makes you hungry for cookies.
That's why there's
Next time you see Oscar the Grouch, tell me that thing is supposed to be smoked.
How high was Jim Henson coming up with this stuff? All right, we're gonna have a guy in a can looks like a joint.
That should be the name of a new variety, Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah,
that should be the name
I'm
of
sure
some
there is.
bud. All right, so Halloween. Are we about to get some Halloween candy grouches? There is a new survey out that 52% are not going to hand out candy this year because of inflation.
Oh, come on.
Do you believe that? I don't believe that.
I mean,
what's your budget for candy on Halloween for other people's kids?
I walked through Costco last Sunday, and they had, the ladies in the hairnets hawking, they got the free product. They're handing out in little paper cups and stuff. They were handing out pieces of Halloween candy out of the jumbo bags with like 182 pieces. They were just handing out candy.
Right.
So instead of some kind of a yogurt in a little, cup that they're handing out, they were handing out actual little pieces of fun-sized candy out of the candy bag. And they're like, $18.98, 160 pieces. I'm like, that's not a really good deal. I just didn't think that the Costco candy. So I don't know. Is it even worse at Walgreens and
it's got to be
and CVS?
Oh yeah, the smaller bags are much worse. You're getting the bulk discount at Sam's Club or Costco or
Best
something like
knows.
that.
What's the place you told me the best place to get candy is probably the Dollar General? Or?
No. Dollar Tree is in a pinch, but they per piece mark it up a lot. You get 4 of something.
What was the one place you told me?
I don't remember.
But listen to this. According to this survey, as everyone's getting ready for Halloween, there's a poll of 1,000 Americans, and out of the 1,000 polled, 1,000 people polled, 52% said they will not be handing out Halloween candy to trick-or-treaters. And out of the Americans, the 1 in 4 blame inflation for spoiling this year's festivities. That's 24%. And, inflation is now at a 40-year high. Inflation is, still, month over month from August to September, inflation still sitting at like 8.2%. But Armored Shark.
Is that a new chocolate bar?
So what is the story here? 23% said that they didn't celebrate Halloween, leading them not to hand out candy. 12% say it's out of health and safety concerns. But I think that's too high of a number.
Okay, well, let me tell you what I'm going to do differently this year.
Yep.
I'm definitely going to hand out candy, but I always buy way more candy than gets handed out. And so I'll come home. Usually we go somewhere else, and I'll come home, and my dish will still have tons of candy in it. So I'm going to buy less this year, because then you just end up shoving it in a corner somewhere so you and the kids don't eat it, and it expires right at the 11-month point.
Yeah, that was one of those study finds things. And they have a lot of surveys and they found a really cool business model, this study finds. And they're saying that 52% of the 1,000 people surveyed are not going to hand out candy, and they're blaming it mostly on inflation. So
I'm going to get my candy at Ollie's.
We'll see. And finally, this is a happy ending. Who the hell would put puppies inside a closed suitcase and abandon it?
Oh, sick people?
And that happened right here. That was right here in Tampa. Well, actually, right now we're in St. Petersburg, but I live in Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa Bay area, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
I live in the city of Tampa. But this is a terrible story. 2 Tampa cops, they heard about squeals, noises coming from inside a zipped-up suitcase, which had like a Las Vegas theme on the outside of the suitcase. The graphics, they opened it up. There were 6 puppies inside. What kind of a sicko would lock 6 puppies inside of a zipped-up suitcase?
You have no soul.
They were, I guess, a terrier mix. Then when the officers first discovered the mother, who was a terrier mix, and a puppy running around a neighborhood right off Spruce and Dale Mabry. That's Spruce and Dale Mabry. That's right near
South Tampa.
Yeah, well, no. Spruce and Dale
It's near
Mabry.
International Mall.
Yeah, Spruce and Dale Mabry is north of
Jerry Olm.
Near Jerry Olm, exactly.
Yeah. By the south of the stadium.
Yeah, so that's where Spruce and Dale Mabry is. And so the cops found the mom and a puppy running around, and those cops were able to get them and bring the mother and the pup to the Humane Society. But then the officers went back to the area after dropping them off, the mother and the puppy, and they went outside a vacation rental in the neighborhood. They noticed a closed suitcase, and the officers unzipped it, and there were 6 more puppies inside the suitcase. That is miraculous that they went back and found the suitcase and found the puppies. They would have died.
Oh.
6 pups. What kind of sicko would do this?
There's some good-looking pups, man. They're cute doggies.
That is awful. If anyone has any information, if anyone knows who the sicko is that put puppies in a suitcase, please contact TPD. Call TPD. That is just terrible. All right, before we get out of here, I got some Howlo Scream tickets to give away in just a moment. So you want to go to Busch Gardens? Talk about an inflation buster. I'm giving away free Howlo Scream tickets right now. Well, in just a second. Hang on. Hey, first, though, before we roll, I want to talk about